I love baseball.
Baseball, baseball.
94.5 The Peak presents Wasatch Wasp Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. This broadcast is powered by Guild Mortgage, Dairy King, Carquest Auto Parts, Physical at the Fit Stop, Wasatch Back Flooring, Napa Wasatch Auto Parts, Heber City Point S, Dorius Dental, and Bank of Utah.
Baseball.
The guy on first.
Who?
The first base.
Who?
The guy playing
Who
first.
is on first?
I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch Wasp Baseball on 94.5 The Peak.
Good afternoon and welcome to Stansbury Park. It's game 2 of the 3-game series. Wasatch dropped game 1 on Saturday, which means they've got to do something they've only done one time this year, and that's win 2 in a row today on Monday. We'll break it down for you here on the Dairy King pregame show on 94.5 The Peak.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
It's time for the Dairy King pregame show right here at Stansbury High School, where Wasatch again drops game 1 of the 3-game series. And so it's do or die time for the Wasps. They'll need to win 2 today back-to-back in order to advance to the second round for the 3rd straight year. The Dairy King is winners of Best in State from 2008 to 2022, proudly serving the Heber Valley since 1946. And I'm going to start the Dairy King pregame show by throwing it over to Coach Moss, former coach here at Wasatch High School. What's your message to this team as they go into day 2 of this 3-game series?
Well, Ty, it can be hard for players to come back after an emotional loss like that on Saturday, but I'll tell you, I'd start by telling them this is why you play, right? This is why we play sports. You enjoy a challenge. You enjoy a competitive game, And you should look forward to having your back against the wall a little bit here and responding. This is where you see who your real competitors are, and I would start there, Tyler. But there's a lot of positives that you can certainly talk about when it comes to this Wasatch baseball team. Looking over the weekend, first of all, this Wasatch team got more hits against that Wayman, the lefty pitcher of Stansbury, than anyone in the state all year long, Tyler. Before Saturday's game, he had only given up the maximum number of hits, was 4 hits. That happened twice, once to Olympus and once to Cottonwood. Wasatch ended up getting 6 hits off him on Saturday. And so this team, Wasatch can get to them, Tyler. I think they've shown that they have the ability to hit. But the other message is, if you thought you were going to stroll in here, because people often talk about how Region 9 and those Spanish Fork, Maple Mountain, Salem Hills, Wasatch, that region is usually the top of the state. And if you thought you were going to stroll in here and just get a win over Stansbury because they're not in that region, well, I hope this woke you up, because this Stansbury team's legit, Tyler. They're for real. They've got some good players out here. They can certainly pitch it. They can swing it in the box. They're going to be aggressive. But you better have some belief if you're Wasatch. You absolutely can put runs up on this team. You showed that your bats are good enough against their best hitter, and now they're going deeper into their bullpen, Ty. And you have to like what you have. Crew coming back on the mound for Wasatch has been dynamite for them here in recent weeks. And so that's where I'd start, Ty, is look, we play because we like competitive natures. You showed that you belong here with this team. I think you put the pressure, if we're being honest, on Stansbury. It's a 9-24 matchup, and they likely thought they were going to get an easy win here. Well, they just had to have their ace go 7 innings and strike out 9, 5 times with runners in scoring position. I mean, in my eyes, Ty, the pressure is on Stansbury. Wasatch really brought it at them, and they had a very tight 2-0 victory over Wasatch. If I'm Wasatch, I'm going to come out and play loose and try to get after Stansbury and let the bats do the talking, because Wasatch can certainly swing it.
Ty, let's jump over then to what Wasatch needs to do to get what you're talking about, to get that victory. And let's jump over to the Pointez Tires keys to the game. What does Wasatch need to do after that great message in order to get the victory?
Well, Ty, still, even with that message, they struck out 9 times last game. Now, that was below. Wayman's average is 13 Ks for 7 innings, and so that's below that, but that's still way too many to win a state tournament baseball game, Ty. And 9 times, they struck out 6 out of 7 times with runners in scoring position as well, and that's just not going to get the job done. So your key really is you've got to be in play. You've got to be more competitive in the box. Ty, you and I like to joke when we were coaching that the plate is only 17 inches wide. You got a 33-inch bat, and your arms are who knows how long, right? You got a couple more feet there. You should be able to reach balls that are even a few inches off the plate. Now, you don't want to go chasing and help, but when you get to a 2-strike count, you got to protect a little bit. And Wasatch watched way too many strikes go, too many backwards Ks, and they got to get more competitive in the box. You've got to get in play when there are runners in scoring position and keep the pressure on the defense. To me, that's the key, is you've just got to be a little bit more competitive in the box today.
Those keys brought to you by Pointez Tires. Think of Pointez Tires as your local tire expert. Each Pointez Tire is independently owned and operated by someone who lives where you live, who makes sure you get the right tire at the right price. Wasatch lost 2-0 in Game 1. Now they're going to try to bounce back and win Games 2 and 3 to advance to the second round. But, Ty, before we get in any more into this game, we need to give a shout-out to a former Wasatch High alum. And not only, this isn't just any guy, Ty. He was your number 1 overall pick in our draft last week when we did our top 20. And give a shout-out here to Jackson Bolander. You and a lot of people
questioned me for picking him number 1, right?
I didn't question. Other people.
You thought maybe Clint Kelson should be in there,
sure.
Tyler, maybe Ryan Chadwick. And I felt pretty good about Jackson Bolander. Man, he backed it up, didn't he, on Saturday? A 73-pitch, perfect game at Lane Community College, Tyler. He was lights out, and I'm so excited to see that, because Jackson and I, as his pitching coach for 3 years, Tyler, we joked often when we needed a win to come back. I would go step up and say, Jackson, I don't want any hits today. And I was only half joking, because that's how good he was. And probably 4 times, Tyler, he threw 1-hitters. And so it was always kind of a fun joke of ours when he'd come in and I'd say, Jax, that was good, but wasn't good enough. We were looking for no hits in that one, and you only gave up 1 hit, Ty. So I'm ecstatic. He went through his whole high school career and never got the no-hitter, the elusive no-hitter. But he got it there with a perfecto there in Lane Community College's win on Saturday, Tyler. Just so excited for him. And the big things, that it's not going to be the last you hear of Jackson Bolander in college either, Tyler. Big things coming in his future.
Ty, I'm just going to jump into some stats real quick for Jackson Bolander this year. 16 appearances, that's number 1 on the team. 39 innings pitched, that's number 3 on the team. He's got an now a 1.62 ERA. That's number 2 on the team. He's 6-0. He's got tied for the most wins on the team. He's number 1 in saves with 3 saves, and then just threw a perfect game. He's having himself a heck of a year.
6-0, you said, right?
6-0.
Hasn't lost yet.
Hasn't had a loss. That moment brought to you by a good Spa Day, your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a good Spa Day to be your spa. Ty, take us down the starting lineup for the Wasps, brought to you by Gordon Law Group.
Ty, there's going to be a little bit of a different look, and maybe before we do this, we ought to get to a little Mirror Lake Station injury update as well to explain the starting lineup. We talked about how Alex Gutierrez wasn't in the starting lineup last time with the lefty-lefty matchup. We were a little misinformed, Tyler, although that probably was right. What we were saying, Alex actually is out with a broken wrist at this point, so he's going to be out for the remainder of the postseason. That's a big loss for Wasatch, and so you're going to see some changes in the lineup today. Leading off will be Crew Erickson. He'll be pitching. Hitting in the 2-hole, moving up from the 3 to the 2 is Carter Bucad playing shortstop. Tragun Shaw is going to move from 2 to 3 and be playing center field. Chet Wilson hitting 4, playing third base. Cole Zimmerman playing first base, hitting number 5. Landon Carter, the catcher, hitting number 6. Gage Schiess, your DH, hitting 7. Ashton Gurney playing second base and hitting number 8. And then Max Walker will be in right field today, hitting number 9. That's your starting 9. And Zach Burdett will be in left field. He'll be the one that Gage Schiess is DHing for. Those are your starters for Wasatch High School Baseball.
The Gordon Law Group's your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. Coaches are at the plate. Ty, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with your Mountain Refined opening pitch right after this.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Napa know-how.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
You're listening to the Dairy King pregame show. Longer coaches meeting than we're used to, so the coaches are still at home plate. But Ty, give us an opportunity to maybe give our listeners an update on what happened in the first round of the playoffs last week. And you know me and my paper guy.
The wind's not cooperating over there right now.
And I didn't print off that last sheet. But we can go through it, Ty. A couple of surprises.
Let's see how good your memory is over here.
Spanish Fort gets the upset win over Park City, and wasn't as surprising as the fact that it was a 6-0 game. I just didn't expect Park City to get shut out by a staff that Wasatch really handled, and so that was something that was a bit of a surprise. The other one that was a surprise to me was Payson handling Provo 14-3. Just came out and really dominated Provo, and that surprised me. Payson coming from that Region 7. Provo coming from that Region 9.
Some other notable games, Tyler. Alta got a big victory, 6-1. It looks like we are going to have a national anthem here, Ty, so we're going to step away for a minute. Maple Mountain also got a close 6-5 victory over Springville.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paint.
Hi, this is Audra with Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know when kids feel close to their parents, they are more likely to listen to them when they set clear boundaries about alcohol and drugs? Doing things with your children they are interested in and taking time to talk with them about their day will help create strong bonds. A great goal is to spend at least 15 minutes a day of one-on-one time with each child. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. To learn more, visit our Facebook page, the Caring Community Coalition of Wasatch County.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the first, brought to you by Mountain Refined. From design to project completion, our team excels in understanding and implementing your specific lifestyle and taste preferences into your interior design. Come into our showroom in order to find beautiful furniture, beddings, mattresses, decor, and so much more.
Ty, we got cut off a little bit there as we had to step away for the national anthem. Just a few other notes on that first round. Looking at the 9-24 matchup, of course, Stansbury got the opening win. At 10, Maple Mountain was the 10 seed. They got a 6-5 victory over Springville. 11 was Murray, Tyler, I believe, and they got a 10-run victory over Cedar Valley. Cottonwood got a win there at number 12. And anyway, we work our way down. You talked about the 14-19 upset between Park City and Spanish Fort. Got that win, 6-0 over Park City. Uinta, I believe, got 10 run as well in their 15 matchup as well, Ty. Against Bountiful. And then Woods Cross and Box Elder. I actually don't remember seeing
Woods Cross got the win against Box Elder. Did Conwood get? I thought Conwood got beaten in their opening game, Ty. As I remember, I'm trying to remember who they played, but I'm pretty sure they got beat actually in their first game. Alta got them, Ty.
Oh yeah. That was the 6-1 Alta win. And Ty, that region is looking like the premier region right now. That Region 8 with Lehigh and Orem and Alta. They've got some good teams in there. Ty Jordan, of course, coming out of there as well.
So on the mound for Stansbury will be number 33, Easton Jones. He was 1 for 2 in the lineup, played first base. He's now on the mound. 16 innings pitched on the year, a 3.06 ERA. Starting off for the Wasps will be Crew Erickson, Carter Bucad, and Tragun Shaw.
Yeah, he's only given up 10 hits on the year, but he has given up 10 runs on the year as well, Tyler. Only 3 walks, 7 earned runs, and so teams have been able to score when they've been able to get on him.
That one's in there for a strike, kind of low and outside, kind of established the new zone. It's the same umpiring crew that we had on Saturday, but they rotate positions, so a different guy behind the dish here today. It's an 0-1 count here to Crew. He's going to swing at this one, and that one's roped over the second baseman's head. This has a chance for 2. Crew's going to take a look. Third right fielder comes up a little bit slow. The throw into the bag. It's not in time, and Crew Erickson begins the game with a leadoff double for the Wasps.
Love it, Tyler. That's a great start for Wasatch. That's just what you needed Crew to come out here and set the tone and let Stansbury know you're coming back at them. This team should not be discouraged after a 2-0 loss on Saturday, and they can get some runs on the Stansbury team.
It's going to bring up Carter Bucad, 1 for 3 with the double in game 1. 327 batting average. He's got 14 RBIs on the year.
I love the energy out of the box, too. Crew's going double the entire way on that one. He's coming hard out of the box, a nice tight turn at first base, and it was a close play, but the hustle gets him there.
The pitch here, working out of the stretch, is in the dirt for ball 1. Bucad, one of 3 Wasatch players that raised their average during region play. Safe to mention, Crew Erickson now the leader on batting average, hitting .450 on the year, 4.49 for Chet Wilson. 2-0 the count now to Carter Bucad. Crew with good speed, singled to lead off the game yesterday, then got thrown out trying to steal second base. Now he's on second with nobody out. Wasatch needs 2 today to advance. That one misses up. 3-0 now the count.
And so often, Tyler, when you get base runners, so often what happens is young pitchers as well aren't used to going from the stretch, and it can throw off their rhythm and their mechanics a little bit. So getting base runners early can really pay off in a big way in games like this.
Junior is Easton Jones. He does get a strike there on the 3-1, so that turns the count to 3-1. Go, boo-boo! God working on the right-hand side of the box. Jones comes set. One look. Crew thinks about taking off. Now he'll scamper back to the bag. A third look now from Jones. The 3-1. That one swung on. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. He steps on the bag, throws it to third. Not in time. In fact, it's going to bounce away. Is Crew going to go? No. Decides against it. Right call there. Wasatch now with a runner on third with only 1 out.
Productive out, Tyler. Productive out from Carter Bucad to move him over to the third base. Get a ball on the right side of the field, and now Wasatch has a couple chances with Shaw and Wilson coming up to at least strike first. I feel like it's important for them to get a run here in this first inning, Tyler. This is how they started game 1 and couldn't push a run across. Need to get some momentum back on their side.
8 at-bats with guys in scoring position and did not produce 1 run in game 1 in that 2-0 loss. Tragun will take ball 1. Jones is going to stay working out of the stretch with a runner on third. Tragun working on the left-hand side was 0 for 3 with a couple of Ks in the game 1. Late kick, and does he get the outside corner? No, doesn't get the outside corner. That'll be 2-0 on the count. After the leadoff double from Crew, 3 balls there to Carter before eventually getting the ground out. Now 2-0 the count here to Shaw. The pitch. Goes with an off-speed. It's a ground ball to the 3-4 hole. This is going to get by the first baseman. They get the out at first, but Crew Erickson does come in on the run. So an RBI for Tragun Shaw on the ground out, and Wasatch has their first lead and run of the series.
Good job from Tragun, Tyler. Not trying to do too much. Just get that ball in play and get that run across. Really is a good play from the pitcher to get over and cover that bag. First baseman went diving for it. Second baseman came over to scoop it up. And that's a tough play with the second baseman throwing to the pitcher. That's not something that's practiced that often. They made it look good.
He's going to bring up Chet Wilson. He was 1 for 3 in game 1. Comes in hitting .449 on the year. He'll take ball 1 on the outside. Jones, a right-hander, working back out of the windup. Wasatch leads 1-0 here in the top of the first. The 1-0. That one swung on, elevated to center field, shallow center field. Shortstop's actually going to call off the center fielder, and Wasatch is retired. But 1 run comes in on 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left on base. Wasatch leads 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the first.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top-performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the first brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. Ty, take us around the diamond for the defensive starters today for the Wasps.
Pitching for Wasatch will be senior Crew Erickson, throwing to sophomore Landon Carter behind the dish. In your infield, third base will be Chet Wilson. At shortstop, Carter Bucad, second base Ashton Gurney, and at first base Cole Zimmerman. Your outfield today will have Zach Burdett in left, Tragun Shaw in center, and Max Walker in right.
Wasatch leads 1-0 after a double, a couple of ground outs, and a pop out, but was able to produce one run. That's the first run of the series for Wasatch. Stansbury only has scored 2 runs, and those came in the first. And so, Ty, we were working on 6 innings of baseball without any runs. Kind of exciting, even though it was only one hit to get a run across.
Yeah, and Wasatch had to manufacture it, Ty. Took Bucad, a ground ball over to first base to move Crew from second to third. Shaw already doing a better job to the key to the game of being competitive and getting a ball in play. Hits it to the opposite side, deep to the second baseman, and is able to score Crew to get a run, Tyler. The Wasatch got that one run and finally got the monkey off their back, and see if that can get them going in this.
Bracken Matthews will be the leadoff hitter, playing center field, 1 for 3, and did score a run in that first inning. Led off the game with a single. He'll take ball 1. Crew Erickson on the mound today for the Wasps. 21 and a third innings pitched on the year, a 2.95 ERA. Matthews, good speed, hitting on the the right-hand side. He swings at the second pitch. This one will be elevated behind us, outside of play for strike 1. 1-1 to count.
I like this kid's approach in the box. He's aggressive, and he swings with bad intentions. He's very violent with his swing, and you just don't feel like he's going to let one that's near the zone by him. Puts a lot of pressure on the pitcher.
Crew does a good job of hitting the inside corner. This one's going to be elevated to the infield. Ashton Gurney's going to call everybody off, and Wasatch has one away here in the bottom of the first.
You can take advantage of hitters like that, though, Tyler. If you know they're going to be aggressive and they want to get after pitches early, you can be a little bit more refined on the outside, maybe throw a baseball 2-3 inches off the plate, and it's harder to square up. And you can sometimes get easier outs because of the aggressive hitters.
It's going to bring up the shortstop, Trent Jones. Crew's going to miss with the curveball for ball 1. Jones, a .420 hitter, 1 for 3 in game 1 with 1 strikeout. He as well hitting on the right-hand side. Crew working out of the windup. The 1-0, it's going to be a fastball. This one will be elevated foul as well and out of play for strike 1. 1-1 the count.
Good velocity from Crew early on here, Ty.
Well, one thing Crew's done well this year, Ty, is just filled up the zone. For a staff that struggled to throw strikes at times, Crew has been that guy that's come in and thrown strikes and earns the start here in the state tournament. 1-1 the count. The windup goes back with the off-speed. Not landing the off-speed yet, a little bit frustrated with himself. Moves the count to 2-1.
Yeah, he'll get there, though. He can't abandon that one yet, Ty. But when you're here early on, you do want to challenge with the fastball a little more.
Goes back with the fastball. This one's going to be elevated. Foul, almost the exact same spot. That'll move the count to 2-2.
And especially when you've got good velocity like he has right now, it's hard for the other team to get on time with that, Tyler. You want to err on the side of the fastball early on. Don't give them free passes or free walks. If you're struggling with the breaking pitch, go to that fastball.
The 2-2 goes upstairs, misses way upstairs, and that'll fill up the count at 3-2. Kind of fell off the mound a little bit. Both pitchers have been really kind of going to work on that mound. Haven't liked it so far. It's going to be a full count here to Jones. The payoff. And gets him to swing at it. It's up in the zone. It's laced down the line, foul, and we'll reset at 3-2.
And Jones was ready for that fastball there, wasn't he? Jumped all over that thing. Breaking pitch certainly would have had him off balance. Crew, Ty, our last year coaching at Wasatch before we transitioned over here to the booth, Crew was a sophomore, and we measured the bullpens all throughout the offseason. He was actually the best strike thrower that Wasatch had in the bullpen sessions, over 70% strike throwing as a sophomore, and so it shouldn't surprise people to see that he's been so good on the mound for the Wasps this year.
The 3-2 again. He's going to go back to the fastball. This one's laced to the right center field gap. Tragun Shaw's not going to get to it. Nobody's going to get to it. It'll be a double for Jones. Walker does a good job of getting the ball in quickly, but a double with one away for the Stallions.
That's a good piece of hitting, Ty. You rip one down the line, foul on the third baseline on a fastball right before. Crew comes back out to the outer half of the plate, and the hitter stays disciplined and drives it the other way. It's just pretty baseball.
That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, X-Patch, the third baseman. He was 1 for 3 as well in game 1. He's hitting over 500 on the year. Jones is going to take a good lead at second base. Bucad trying to keep him close with the lefty up. First pitch is going to be swung on, elevated to the infield. A high fly ball. Cole Zimmerman's going to call everybody off, and he'll make the play at first base. 2 away.
Ty, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, and I certainly am with this comment. But knowing Stansbury swings early, and you're hoping if you're Wasatch for 2 games today, if you can keep Crew down in the pitch count through this first game, you can bring him back as a potential closer in the second game, Ty, because it's all in the same day. So Crew gets 110 pitches today, period. It doesn't matter if it's across two games. And so if he can be kind of like Walker and be in the 60 to 70 pitch range in game 1 that Walker was at, you could, in theory, use him if you get to a second game here today. That could be a big deal.
Pitch misses on the inside. It's going to be Ethan Wayman, who was the starter on the mound through 7 innings, 6 hits, 9 Ks, was 1 for 2 in the box with a walk. Good lead at second base once again. There's that curveball in there for strike 1. 1-1 the count here to Wayman.
Yeah, it's the best breaking pitch he's thrown so far today. And that's a good one to have working on Wayman here, Tyler. He can swing it. He's got a home run on the year here for Stansbury. Got some pop.
The 1-1, 2 looks at Jones and delivers. Runner gets way off. There's another swing and a miss. Moves the count to 1-2.
Oh, he pulled the string on that, Ty. Good off-speed pitch. Had Wayman way out in front. Now you've shown him a breaking ball and a changeup, it looked like, on that one, Ty. So you've got some options available to you. You can come back and change the speed and eye level with a fastball, or you can try to go with another breaking pitch just off the plate.
1-2, Landon's calling for it high and in. Couple of looks here to Jones. Jones goes back to the bag. The pitch goes upstairs and gets the Wasatch Physical Therapy strikeout. And Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 1-0 as we go into the second.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the second, brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. Your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools, and equipment, and many other heavy-duty items. Stop on into your Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. That one's in there for a check swing, strike 1.
Guaranteed you Stansbury is marked Cole Zimmerman after his day at the plate on Saturday, Ty.
2 for 2 with a double and a sacrifice bunt. He comes in hitting .359. Another swing and a miss. 0-2 the count.
Really trying to work him on the outer half right now. See if they want to come inside now that they've got him stretched over the plate.
0-2 goes back outside. Cole able to get a piece of it, fouls it off, and stays alive at 0-2. What do you see so far out of Jones here, Ty, on the mound?
Well, he kind of cranked up the velocity between the first and second inning, Ty. It looks like he's really trying to rear back and throw it. Right now, haven't seen too much on the breaking pitch to make you look for anything other than a fastball, Ty. It just has the appearance right now that he's just trying to rear back and throw it by Wasatch. And I just don't think that's going to yield a lot of success if that's where he keeps going, just hard fastballs into this experienced Wasatch lineup.
1 for 2 the count after he misses low and inside. Working out of the wind-up, Landon Carter on deck. The 1-2, it's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, who will field it cleanly, step on the bag, 1 away. That'll bring up Landon Carter, the sophomore, 0 for 2 in game 1 with a walk and a K, hitting .314 on the year with 6 doubles. And then Gage Schiess will be on deck.
Now batting for Wasatch, the catcher number 18, Landon Carter.
Landon will hit on the right-hand side after the leadoff double from Crew, who ended up scoring. Wasatch hitless. This one's going to be swung on the first pitch, and yet another ground ball to the right-hand side. Out of Wasatch's 6 hitters that they've put up to the plate, 4 ground balls have gone to that right-hand side. Got a ground ball to the first baseman, second baseman, first baseman.
Yeah, first baseman's had a lot of action from right-handed hitters, too. Not a common thing that you see out here.
It's going to be Gage Schiess. He was 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks, hitting .381 coming into the game today. He's got 8 RBIs and 5 extra base hits. He'll take ball 1 to lead off the at-bat.
And Ty, why there's a lot of balls going over to first base from the right-hand side, it's a timing issue for the most part. Just a little bit late on the swings.
1-0. That one's in there for a strike on the inside. 1-1 now the count. Ashton Gurney on deck, and then Max Walker gets the start again in that number 9 spot. The 1-1. That one misses too far inside. That'll be ball 2. 2-1 the count. Both pitchers are fishing right now. 21 pitches for Jones. Crew Erickson gets out of the inning with 15 pitches in the bottom of the first. That one's going to be a line drive this time, but it's caught by the second baseman. And Wasatch goes out in order. 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-0 as we move into the bottom of the second.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice. This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the second inning at Stansbury High School, where Wasatch is leading 1-0 over the Stallions. Second inning action brought to you by Physical at the Fifth Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo and sports injuries. Serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years, that's Physical at the Fifth Stop.
Leading off for the Stallions will be Dax Nacken, Landon Palmer, and Brandon Merritt. Second baseman, catcher, and right fielder. Crew Erickson still on the mound with 1 K in the bottom of the first. Did give up a double to the number 2 guy. He'll start with the fastball. Jeez, not sure where that one was, Ty.
The Wasatch fans didn't like it, Ty. It's a little down and out. It's still filling out the zone a little bit early on.
1-0 the count. Goes right back to that similar spot. 1-1 now the count. Nacken in game 1, 0 for 2 with a walk and a K. 353 batting average, 12 runs scored, and 22 RBIs for the second baseman. Crew working out of the windup. The 1-1 goes to the off speed. This one's going to be a ground ball. Chet fields it cleanly, throws it over to first. Wasatch gets the out. 1 away here in the bottom of the second.
Very, very good play from Chet, Tyler. He ranged about 30 feet to his left side to come cut that off and get it on the grass. That's a ball that's too slow for Carter Bacad to make that play most likely. Chet has to come across and get that ball if you're going to get that out. And he did. It took full extension, did a really good job of getting his glove down, extended into the grass, and then getting the short hop. Just excellent play.
It's going to bring up Landon Palmer, the catcher, 0 for 2 in game 1, and he'll take strike 1 on the off speed. Crew landing that off speed a little bit more consistently here in the second. 1 RBI. He did have the sacrifice fly that brought in the 1 run RBI that we had in the game, the other run coming on a pass ball. The 0-1 tries to go back inside. That one's going to be fouled off, just fouled down the first base side. 0-2 now the count.
Beautiful day down here, Tyler. Nice and warm, slight breeze blowing in from left field towards the hitter.
Softball fans starting to approach that game as well. Wasatch loses a heartbreaker 4-3 in the last inning in game 1. They'll be back out here as well. This is going to be a ground ball to Gurney at second. He'll field it clean, throws it to first in time. 2 away here in the bottom of the second.
Again, a good play from your infield, Tyler. That one a high hopper. Gurney did a good job of reading and analyzing it and getting himself to a position to get the hop about chest level, and then quickly have those hands moving to be able to throw a little dart over to first base to get the runner who is hustling down the line.
Merritt, the only batter in the lineup not hitting 300 and above. He comes in hitting 176. He was 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1. 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Fastball's in there for strike 1. Both pitchers hovering around mid-80s, Ty, and it's really popping that glove. Both pitchers looking good and Crew looking good. 22 pitches here in the bottom of the second. Merritt working back in there. The 0-1 goes back with the off speed. That one's fouled off, hits the umpire. 0-2 the count.
That's a tough umpire, Ty. Just took that thing like...
Two things. The hitter was calling for a time, and the umpire didn't give it to him, and Crew was able to get into the wind. I think this is a good job here by the third base coach. 1, gives the umpire a chance to catch his breath, and 2, just gets Crew off his rhythm a little bit with the timeout.
and that's it, Ty. Crew was in his rhythm. He was shaking off pitches before the hitter had even stepped out to look down at his coach to get the signal. And he was ready to go, and so that kid stepped in and wasn't ready. That Crew had already had his pitch, and he was ready to go. I'm glad the umpire didn't award it, Ty. As the hitter, you just don't like an umpire to award a kid that's getting out and just slowing down the pace of the whole game. Keep a good rhythm, let the pitchers get into a groove. The umpire did it there.
The 0-2. And ring him up with the backwards K. Back-to-back backwards K, or another K. That's brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Wasatch. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's a 1-2-3 goose egg inning. Brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. 1-0 as we go into the third.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the third brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, founded in 1967, providing mental health care for all individuals within Utah and Wasatch counties, offering any array or a wide array of programs and services for children, teens, and adults. Ashton Gurney, Max Walker, and then back up to the top of the order to Crew Erickson. Wasatch with the 1-0 lead.
I feel like this is the type of pitcher that Gurney and Walker could both have good days against. I think they're a little bit more successful hitting fastballs. They've got good bat speed from both of them. And at 8-9, I think you'll expect to get a few fastballs down there. And so this could be a very important stretch here. Maybe not this sequence, Ty, but as these guys get 2 or 3 at-bats throughout the game, look for Gurney and Walker to have an impact.
Easton Jones so far, 1 hit, 1 run. Has no Ks. Wasatch has been able to put the ball in play. Lot to the right-hand side. 2-0 the count here to Gurney. Does he get the call on the inside? No, he doesn't. 3-0 the count. Went with the slider to lead off the at-bat, then back-to-back fastballs. Now a 3-0 count here to Gurney. And does he miss again? Oh, no, they call a strike. Gurney tried to sell it. He was up on the plate, tried to sell that it was too far inside, but gets the corner. 3-1 now the count. Gurney back in the box, the 3-1. Goes back with the fastball, check swing foul, and that fills up the count at 3-2.
He's really pounding him inside, Tyler, and I'm not sure it's intentional or not, but it's very effective. I personally believe that's the most important pitch a high schooler can make is the inside fastball. If you can locate that, you're going to have a lot of success.
The payoff pitch here to the leadoff guy of the third. It's another, and only went with the off speed that time. A little foul ball to the left-hand side, and we'll reset with 3-2.
It's a good job from Ashton, Tyler, working the count here. Being a pest up there at the plate, now going 7 pitches deep at minimum.
The payoff goes back inside, misses, and that's going to be our first walk of the game for either pitcher, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on.
Those are all very similar spots, though, Tyler. He was really getting inside on Gurney. Got a couple that went for strikes and a couple that did not. but really trying to pound the inside part of the zone.
Well, if I'm a betting man, I'm betting that Wasatch is going to put something small ball on here with Crew Erickson on deck, who's got 3 hits already in the series, including a leadoff double.
Yeah, this is not a bad time to lay down a bunt here, Ty. With a lead already, start trying to extend that lead.
Walker goes ahead and squares. That one's at the top of the zone. Walker's going to put it down. It's a pretty good one. Oh, goes just foul, and we'll reset with 1 strike.
Yeah, Ty, that is a natural field issue with the bunt. If that's on the turf, that thing's probably rolling down fair. Definitely more steam on the turf, but that one seemed to hit something in the grass and just started shooting sideways.
1
Nice
strike.
idea.
No balls, 1 strike. Wasatch already leading by 1 after getting 1 run in the first. So far, neither team wants to score outside of the first inning. Stansbury wins 2-0 with 2 runs in the first on Saturday. Wasatch so far with only 1 run today. He squares again. That one he pulls back on, misses outside for ball 1. 1-1 now the count.
Well, Ty, take a look at how the defense is going as well. Shortstop's going over to cover as the third baseman is crashing. And so you watch, if Walker can get down the third base line and the pitcher is not paying attention, you could get a little first to third action here if you're Gurney.
1-1. Max Walker's going to square again. Pitcher pauses, delivers, and yes, he did. He went for it. Gurney's going to scamper back to first on the back pick. He gets back in time, but now 2 strikes here to Walker.
Here you go, Max!
1-2 now the count. Well, Coach Jacobson put down a bunt with Gage in the Maple Mountain series. See if he does it again here with 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. The pitch goes back outside, misses back outside. 2-2 now the count.
Yeah, let's see what Max can do here, Ty. See if he's got a little 2-strike action going on.
Wasatch has been pounding that right side. A big 3-4 hole right now between second base and first. Couple of looks. Now delivers the 2-2. Swung on, and that's going to be fouled to you, Ty. Make a play. Foul ball.
Yeah, I've got that one, Ty. If there's no offense here, that one's my ball.
Keeps the count at 2-2. What you like out of Gurney and Walker so far, Ty, is just good long at-bats by these guys. Push this pitch count up a little bit.
Yep,
The 2-2.
13 pitches between them.
Goes back to the bunt, and Walker pulls back on strike 3. That's the first strikeout of the game for Jones. And Wasatch has 1 away with a runner on first.
A lot of guys aren't used to bunting curveballs, Tyler, and with the 2-2 count, they came with a curveball, Jones did, and it just caught Walker off guard, out of the hand. It looked like it was coming towards him, because when you go to bunt, you square, and you sometimes get closer to the plate, Ty. And so I think Walker, originally, that ball looks like it's coming at your face, and that's a tough thing to sit in there on if you're not expecting the curveball, which he was not.
Well, Wasatch brings up Crew Erickson, who's 3 for 5 in the series. He's going to swing at the first one and foul that one off. 3 for 5 with a double and the only run scored.
Yeah, and he's done a good job. It's been up the middle really all 3 times, Tyler, slightly shading to the right on 2 of them. He's done a good job of being disciplined, keeping his hands inside the baseball, not trying to do too much with it.
0-1 the count. Gurney takes his lead at first base after leadoff walk. That one misses upstairs for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Hasn't landed the slider consistently. See if Wasatch can get on time with the fastball.
No, and I don't think Stansbury wants to give him 2 fastballs in a row, though, Tyler. I think they're going to try to avoid that as much as they can.
The 1-1 goes back outside, but gets the outside. He didn't go after that one, so that's going to put 2 strikes on the board.
Bottom of the third inning, Wasatch leading 1-0 over Stansbury. This third inning action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah at Mirror Lake Station. It's also your stop for gas, groceries, goodies, and more. Stop on by, located in Camas today, and say hello at Mirror Lake Station.
Crew Erickson back on the mound, and one of the toughest things, Ty, is the hit into the double play and then have to go back out on the mound. See how Crew does. Working against 8-9-1. It'll be the pitcher, Easton Jones, the left fielder, Noah Nunley, and then back up to the top of the order to Bracken Matthews. Jones 1 for 2 in game 1, hitting .341 on the year.
33, Easton Jones.
Wasatch leading 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the third. Crew working out of the windup. Gets the strike on the outside corner. 4-1. Crew's did a pretty good job of placing. And we got a pause in the action, not sure why. And I think they're going to adjust his windup a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We can't hear what the umpire's saying. He's now talking to Landon
For whatever reason, that's been a point of emphasis since we were coaching, Ty, of the windup.
How they stand in the
How
windup,
they stand on the windup. And I thought they had changed it so that he didn't have to be square to the rubber anymore. Regardless, here we go, the 0-1. He comes back, and this one's going to be laced to the right center field gap. Max Walker's going to go over and make the grab. One away.
Good read from Walker. Great jump off the bat, Tyler. Made that look really easy. Ball off the bat from our angle looked like it would have a chance to get down, but Max floated under that and was able to wait casually for that ball to sail back into him. He's also got good position here with 8-9 coming up. Usually not as much pop, Tyler. And he's playing a little more shallow and able to close that gap more quickly.
Brings up the left fielder, Noah Nunley. He was 0 for 3 in game 1, but is hitting .385 on the year. He'll take strike 1.
Yeah, this Stansbury lineup can just get you 1 through 9, Ty. There's not easy outs in this lineup, so you got to stay focused no matter who's up there at the plate.
0-2 the count after a foul ball towards the Wasatch dugout. 0-2 the count here to Nunley. Crew back into the windup, working quickly. The 0-2 goes upstairs. Man, good piece of hitting there from Nunley. That goes foul. That looked like a strikeout pitch, but Nunley able to get a piece of it.
Yeah, he almost turned a strikeout pitch into a double down the line, Tyler. That ball, a rope down the right field line. Ty, it's a credit to Wasatch's pitchers, though, because this Stansbury lineup is very potent, and Wasatch's pitching staff has been good at keeping them at bay.
Goes back upstairs again with that one, and that time Nunley's able to rope it over the shortstop's head. Second base runner of the day for Stansbury, and the first hit of the series for Nunley.
Yeah, it always hurts when the 9-hitter gets a single off. You get things going for the other team, Ty.
Bring us back up to the top of the order. Bracken Matthews popped out to the second baseman in his first at bat. He's now 1 for 4 in the series with one of the 2 runs scored for the Stallions.
I think this kid wants to swing it. I think they letting him swing it, but with his speed, I wouldn't put a drag bunt out of the equation here.
He is going to square. This one's in the dirt. Carter does a good job of smothering it. Runner on first will go back to the bag. 1 ball. Good speed in this lineup, especially from Nunley, who's played left field and then played a good left field. And he's got a good lead over at first base. We'll see if they go with the square again. Only 1 away for the Stallions. Matthews in the box. The pitch goes back to the bunt. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1, now the count.
A lot of movement. Kearney hustling over there to first base. Bukaj shifting over to cover that second base spot. Wilson coming in at home. A lot of space if they want to turn him loose and let him swing it, Ty.
The 1-1, Gurney shaded over to the first base side, so a big hole up the middle here. The 1-1, they do let him swing, and it's going to be a foul ball into the tennis courts over here to the right. 1-2 now the count.
They let him swing, but really good defensive presence from Wasatch, Tyler. What you teach your hitters is you don't move until you see the square action, your fielders, and none of the fielders were bailing on their position on that pitch.
1-2 goes inside with the curve ball, comes back inside, barely misses the hitter for ball 2.
Yeah, and the hitter kind of started turning his back, Tyler, and he had that look on his face of, oh, I hope that doesn't break as much as I think it could. Just felt a little hopeless the way he looked with that breaking pitch coming in.
The 2-2 goes back inside. This one's elevated right at me almost. This could land on my head. It's going to be foul ball, and we'll reset at 2-2.
Crew's been excellent today so far for the Wasps. 2 1/3 innings pitched, 36 pitches, giving up a couple hits. Second time through the lineup now, though, Tyler. See how he does the second time through.
Crew again working out of the stretch with the runner on first. One single in the inning for the Stallions. Shakes off Carter, now comes set, and that's going to have Matthews call timeout. A little bit of a pause. Third inning action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, and we get a little bit of a Mirror Lake Station pause. Crew back on the mound. Comes set. Delivers the 2-2, and he gets him with a swing and a miss. Nice curveball off the part of the plate, outside part of the plate. Third strikeout of the game for Crew, and Wasatch has 2 away.
I suspect that's what Coach Watkins called in there, Tyler, and I love the call because you're going off the plate. You're starting that one on the plate and breaking it off, and just how aggressive the leadoff hitter of Stansbury is, Tyler. You just feel like he's going to chase some of those pitches, especially when you get to 2 strikes. You can probably get him chasing after some balls that aren't strikes.
It's going to bring up the shortstop Jones. He doubled to the right center field gap in the first inning and was stranded at second base in that same inning.
Yeah, he's got good pop, and so you take a look at your outfield, Tyler. You want to be playing no doubles at this point because that'll keep the run from scoring even on an extra base hit. Just close those gaps.
The 1-0, he gets him to swing at one on the outside. It's going to go foul. Landon Carter going over, and it'll fall into the fans on the right-hand side. 1-1 now the count.
And if you're unfamiliar with that no doubles phrase, Ty, what that means is you can back up the outfield a few steps. You cover the lines with your first and third basemen so they can knock a ball down the line. And so if you get a ball that's hit into the outfield, your outfielders usually can run underneath it because they're back. Or if it's a ball that falls in front, you can keep it to a single, and then you're looking at a first and third in a worst-case scenario.
It's a 1-1 with 2 away. Runner on second takes another step. The pitch. Runner goes. Ball is down, and the runner's going to get in there safe at second base. Both shortstop and second baseman a little late getting over to the bag. Pretty good throw there from Landon Carter. It's a 2-1 count with now a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and what I just brought up gets wiped away now with that steal, Tyler. So what I was explaining is you're playing the stats where with 2 outs, it's not likely to get 2 hits in a row. Now all you need is 1 hit to get that run across in scoring position now.
2-1 the count. Stansbury trying to tie this thing up at 1. Wasatch leading 1-0. The pitch. Misses low again. That's going to bring the count to 3-1.
Got Patch waiting on deck, Tyler. Over 500 on the year. Comes into the game hitting .513.
Yeah, 420 for Jones, who's at the plate, 521, and then 429 in the cleanup spot. The 3-1. Gets him to swing at 1, right back to the pitcher. Crew fields it clean, falls to his bum, and stands up and throws it to first and gets out of the inning. And Wasatch is able to get out of it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. It's still 1-0 as we go into the 4th.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paint.
Hi, this is Audra with Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know when kids feel close to their parents, they are more likely to listen to them when they set clear boundaries about alcohol and drugs? Doing things with your children they are interested in and taking time to talk with them about their day will help create strong bonds. A great goal is to spend at least 15 minutes a day of one-on-one time with each child. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. To learn more, visit our Facebook page, the Caring Community Coalition of Wasatch County.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
4th inning action brought to you by Country Gardens and Nursery, your only one-stop shop for everything garden and yard related in the Heber Valley. Stop on into their indoor plant shop for their plant of the month. Bukad Shaw Wilson will lead it off here in the top of the 4th. First pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. Ty, you can't get much more even. Wasatch with 2 base runners. Stallions with 2 base runners, 41 pitches coming into the inning for Stansbury, 42 for Wasatch. Very similar. The difference is the double from Crew and then some good team hitting that was able to get Crew in that first inning.
Yeah, the difference is the time of the double, right? Stansbury got their double with 1 out. Wasatch got it with no outs, and that is the difference in the game.
2-1 the count as the curveball comes too far inside. Carter fouled off the 1-0 pitch. So 2-1 now the count here to Carter, who is 1 for 4 in the series with a double.
Yeah, Ty, and it gives us a chance with this timeout. The reason why the outs matter is even though Bucad and Shaw got out, they were able to move him over and then move him in, even while getting out. Stansbury didn't have that luxury as they already had an out with their runner on second base.
3-1 now the count.
So be picky here if you're Carter. You don't keep working this count. Ty, you're looking for one pitch in one area of the plate.
And he gets one a little bit above the belt, takes a hack and fouls it off, and that's going to fill up the count at 3-2.
It's not a bad one to take a swing at, though, Tyler.
Tell you
Up
what.
in the zone. Fastball didn't have as much velocity.
It's a little bit warm today. This umpire with all that gear on, this is, I think, the 4th time he's been hit, Ty, whether it's on the foot or in the face mask. He's having a way to get having a rough day so far. Brings the catcher out to the pitcher to give the umpire a little bit of time, and now the catcher's back at it. And Bucad will step in on the right-hand side. Grounded out to the first baseman in his first at-bat. The payoff pitch, and it's going to be another ground ball to the first baseman. That pitcher, quick pitch to the umpire almost.
Yeah.
The umpire was still adjusting his face mask.
He definitely got Bucad, too, Tyler. Carter was holding his hand up, too, wanting a timeout. Could see he wasn't going to get it and got the hand on the bat at least in time to put a swing on it. But his timing was never quite there, and he's lucky he got a piece of it.
Back at it. The payoff. Goes with the off speed, and Carter does a good job of fouling that thing off, and we'll reset.
All right, so this is an interesting part of the game. He hasn't really come with 2 off speeds in a row, Tyler. See if he's got the guts to do it full count. If I'm Bucad, I'm probably looking fastball.
Goes back with the fastball, and Carter does a good job of fouling that one off. That one a little bit elevated on the outside, and Carter's doing a great job of battling here in this at-bat. Leadoff batter here in the top of the 4th. Wasatch leading 1-0. They need 2 wins today in order to advance to the second round. Jones delivers, goes outside, and a good at-bat by Carter, ends up with a walk. Second walk of the day for Jones, and for the second inning in a row, Wasatch has the leadoff guy on.
It's a great at-bat for Mr. May, Tyler. Carter Bucad going 9 pitches deep in that one. Working the pitch count up and getting a leadoff base runner.
It's going to bring up Tragun Shaw with Chet and Cole Zimmerman on deck again. You probably are expecting a little bit of small ball.
And you got to get it down if you're Tragun. If this is a bunt, your job is to get it down first. We're not bunting for a hit here.
Tragun is going to square the pitch, and he does get it down. It's going to be right back to the pitcher. Pitcher doesn't have enough time, though. He'll throw it to first base, and Wasatch has a runner in scoring position now with Chet Wilson and Cole Zimmerman coming up to the plate.
Good baseball there. Good call there from Coach Jacobson. Good execution from Tragun. Ty, get that ball down and kill it in front of the pitcher's mound so he can't go to second base with it. And now you've got 2 chances with 2 of the better bats in the state. Wilson, who's over 450 on the year, and Cole Zimmerman, who's been the hottest bat in this series so far. You like your chances here if you're Wasatch. 2 chances with those guys to score a run.
Wasatch 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. See if they can come through today. This one's going to be swung on at Coach Jacobson, who has to jump out of the way for strike 1 on the foul ball. 0 for 1 the count now with Bucad on second base. Leadoff walk and a sacrifice bunt from Tragun, and now Wasatch with a chance. Chet Wilson's going to call time and step out of the box. Again, in Game 1, the story was really those 8 ABs without getting a run in with the guys in scoring position. Wasatch in that bowl right now. See if they can come through. 1-0 the score. 0-1 the count. It's an off-speed pitch. That one's rolled through the 5-6 hole. Tragun had to pause, so he's going to, Bucad had to pause, and so he's going to stay at third base. But now Wasatch with runners on first and third with Cole Zimmerman coming up to the plate.
Yeah, Ty, the scouting report on Wasatch is pretty simple. The more velocity and the better the pitcher is, the more locked in Chet Wilson gets. And so I just like this matchup here with Chet against this particular pitcher. Just felt like he was due for a hit there. And you're right, Bucad had to freeze, Ty. That ball could have turned into a double play going to the glove hand side of the third baseman, so that's why he's not scoring on that, as he had to kind of take an extra peek to make sure that ball got through. And now you put it on Cole Zimmerman, where the equation's pretty simple. You're hoping for a base hit, but you cannot have a double play ball here. And so you need Cole to get something elevated into the outfield is what you're ideally going for. Your second worst scenario is a strikeout, Ty. And so Cole's bat, just stay hot. Get that ball deep into the gap somewhere.
2 for 3 in the series with a double and a sacrifice bunt is what Cole Zimmerman's gone in the series. Trip to the mound brought to you by Tony's Tacos, Ty.
So-
and we just wanted to mention again, Alex Gutierrez, the normal number 3 hitter, has a broken bone in his wrist, and that is why he is not in the lineup today. Also is committed to play at Lassen Community College in California.
Ty, be wary if you're Wasatch of a little defensive showtime play here. Got to be careful watching some tricky moves, some first to third action, a back pick action, something like that after the mound visit from the coach.
So interesting. They're going to bring the infield up and playing on the grass. That makes it tough for the shortstop and second baseman to get to the bag. The shortstop does creep over on the pitch. It's a ball 1, so 1-0 the count.
It's hard for me to. I think the second baseman's still a little deeper, isn't he, Ty? I think he's covering the bag.
Shortstop was the one creeping over there. First to third. Third to first, not first to third. Third to first. Everyone gets back in time. No harm done. 1-0 the count still here to Zimmerman.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing, right, you just expect after a timeout, a visit, where you're going to get some trickery of some kind. Now the shortstop backs up, Ty.
Both middle infielders go to double play depth. Oh, pitch misses what it looked like to be inside. Instead, they call it a strike. 1-1 the count here to Zimmerman.
It's a very interesting. I want to back up to that pick play they just did, Ty. They brought in the infield with the intention to try to see if they could bait Chet into getting a bigger lead to steal second base, and then they wanted to run that first or third to first.
1-1. They go with the hit and run. This one's elevated to left field. Should be deep enough. Boucard sets. The catch is made, but Boucard is going to come in on the sacrifice fly, and Wasatch takes the 2-0 lead.
It's just really good baseball, Tyler. That's exactly what you need from Cole Zimmerman. He understood the situation. He understood what was needed. He didn't try to do too much. He got it elevated deep into left field. Easy read for Boucard to get in, and Carter made sure, Tyler. That ball, the outfielder took an extra step because his momentum was pulling him away, and Carter ensured that he did not leave early on that one.
Chet Wilson still at first base, and Wasatch now with the 2-0 lead in the top of the fourth. He's going to go on the first pitch. The throw is going to be way over the top of the shortstop, and Chet Wilson is in there safe, and so Wasatch with the guy in scoring position, 1-0 the count. Oh, they were checking to see if it was a swing. They were looking at it on the first base umpire, and I'm not sure what that was. They were checking the check swing. He said he was safe, so it's 1-0 the count with 2 ways. See if Wasatch can produce with 2 outs. Already leading 2-0. Jones, 1 look, delivers. And this one's going to be roped up the middle. That's a single. Chet Wilson got a good jump. He's rounding third. The throw into the plate is not in time, and Wasatch gets 2 runs here in the fourth and leads 3-0.
It's good, that's game-winning baseball, Tyler. Coach Jacobson not going away from what he knows works, Tyler. Tragun Shaw, your 3-hitter, comes up. You got your leadoff man on with a walk. And what does Shaw do? You lay down a bunt. A lot of coaches wouldn't do it, Ty, especially because there's been some criticism over how much small ball Wasatch has played. But he knows what wins ball games. And if you execute, you get more opportunities, Tyler. And then you get a nice little base knock from Wilson. Cole Zimmerman does what he needs to with the sac fly. And then, Ty, you get to the part where you start moving the chess pieces. 2 outs, runner on first. Now you're playing statistics. You need to send that runner, and you want to go early so Landon Carter has as many good opportunities to put a swing on the ball as possible. And Landon Carter, that kid can get a fastball, Ty.
Did he try to grab that with his hand? Is that what they're looking at here? Because that went right back at the pitcher. We've got the trainer out there, and I think he tried to barehand that back, which that was a good 90-plus off the barrel.
Yeah,
a couple of pitches here to see if he's okay.
And Ty, I think you and I both feel comfortable. You can categorize these Wasatch 9 hitters into certain dynamics that make them most successful. And you've got a guy like Chet Wilson. I think Cole Zimmerman's the same way. Probably Crew Erickson. They can hit most pitches in any situation. And then you've got guys that just feast on fastballs. And I think Ashton Gurney would be one of those. Landon Carter is another one of those that just will feast on a fastball. Max Walker is another guy that can do that. Tragun Shaw, right? And so when Coach Jacobson, how he's built this lineup in this particular inning, how he's managed it, is to get to a position with guys in scoring position where he's going to get his fastball hitters fastballs to hit. He's just done a great job.
Gage Schiess will come up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in the series. Lined out at the second baseman his last at bat. Jones misses outside, went off speed, way outside. We'll see how much longer they stay. No action in the bullpen, but I'm pretty sure he tried to grab that last one with his hand, and I got his finger, and that's what they were looking at. 1-0 the count.
Expect some motion from Jones at some point in this at-bat, Ty.
Misses outside again, 2-0.
This would be tempting to go hit and run here. But Ty, with the hand situation and now 2-0, you probably wait for a pitch before you put in any action.
Yeah, I think I'd wait for a strike. 2-0 the count. The pitch. Gage does take a hack at that one, fouls it off, moves the count to 2-1. Wasatch leads 3-0 after producing 1 in the first and now 2 here in the fourth. It was a leadoff walk from Bukad, a bunt by Tragun, a single by Chet, a sacrifice fly from Zimmerman, then another single from Carter. Upstairs for ball 3, 3-1 now the count. Well, you get a strike here. Maybe Bo, it's either a walk or see what he can do with the 3-1 count. Get full, then Jones gets a head start. 3-1 the count with 2 away. The pitch. That one's in there, and it'll be fouled off towards Jacobson. So that does fill up the count. So Bo Jones at first base will get a head start. Got Ashton Gurney on deck, who walked in his first at bat. Gage gets in on the right-hand side. Pitcher sets out of the stretch, delivers, and it's going to be swung on, rope to center field. Center fielder was playing really shallow, going back, and it's down! It's down! He can't come up with it! Jones is going to score from first base, and Wasatch has a 4-0 lead, and the ball gets by the third baseman! Gage is going to try to score from third! He tripped! The throw at the plate! Is it in time? It's in time! But Wasatch does produce another run, and Wasatch takes the 4-0 lead going into the bottom of the fourth. Let's recap that one. Gage Schiess got a hold of it. The center fielder was playing shallow and couldn't come up with it over his head. With Bo Jones in action on the full count, he's able to score from first. Gage went to third on the triple. The ball got by the third baseman, and then on the way home, Gage tripped, I think, on the grass, and the throw gets in there in time. But Wasatch is able to score 3 on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Third baseman, number 7.
Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or visit gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop.
3-4-5 up for the Stallions. X-Patch is at the plate. He's 1 for 4 in the series. Popped out to the first baseman in his first at-bat. Came into the series hitting over 500. Takes ball 1 and then ropes one through the 4-5 hole through the 3-4 hole. And a leadoff single for Stansbury. This is what good teams will do, Ty, and why you get a lot of wins is you give up some runs and then you got to come back and produce and have a answer inning. Be a big deal if Wasatch is able to shut down Stansbury in this inning. It's the bottom of the fourth. Wasatch leading 4-0 after scoring 3 runs in the top of the fourth. Crew working out of the stretch with the runner on first. Swung on by Wayman. It's the shallow left field. This one's going to be into the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody's able to get to it. It's going to bounce away from the outfield, but the runners will stay at first and second. So 2 singles, and Stansbury's in business here in the bottom of the fourth.
That'll drive you crazy, doesn't it? 3 pitches and a bloop single that gets you 2 runners on. Oh, just drives you nuts as a pitching coach.
Going to bring up Dax Natkin, the second baseman. He's 0 for 3 in the series. Grounded out to Chet Wilson in his first at-bat. See what Stansbury decides to do here, and I think Coach Jacobson wants to talk it over. This is a good timeout here from Coach Jacobson. Timeout brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Wasatch wants to talk things over. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Wasatch coming off a big inning. See if they can minimize this one. What's the conversation, Ty, as you're going out there?
I think you're just calming everyone down. Hey, we got a 4-0 lead, had all the momentum on your side, and just like that, now you're looking at 2 guys on. I would be surprised if they lay down a bunt here, Tyler. You're down by 4. You've got the meat of your lineup coming up. I think this is probably a spot where they let them swing it. But you do need to be aware of it. You need to be aware of a bunt. You need to be aware of maybe a drag bunt action. Also, I discussed through here a hit-and-run situation if the runners happen to take off, which would be surprising here. But if they do happen to take off, you need to see the pitch through the zone first before you vacate and don't allow things to scramble. The pressure's still on Stansbury. Wasatch is playing with a 4-0 lead, Ty, and so you're looking to minimize the innings. So you're taking sure out. So hopefully that was another part of the conversation, is if we're unsure on a slow roller, we're taking one for sure, and we're going to try to minimize this inning.
Nacken steps into the box. It's a good lead across the diamond for Stansbury, who has runners on first and second, nobody out. Bunt. And it's a curveball that gets bunted and goes foul. But ball did go off of the runner, and that's what the Wasatch faithful are saying. The runner should be out, but I think it hit him foul. So 1 strike. Cole Zimmerman playing in front of the runner at first. Chet playing even with the bag at third. See if they go right back to the bunt. Crew went with the off speed. A good call there against the bunt. Gets the foul ball. So 0-1 the count with nobody out.
Yeah, when you do bunting in practice, you often don't practice bunting off speed pitches. People struggle with it, Ty.
Bag pig to first base is a little bit high, and the runner's able to get back, so no harm done, and we'll reset with an 0-1 count. Gurney rotated to second, trying to get the runner at first to fall asleep, and Zimmerman tried to sneak back to the bag. Good base running there from Wayman. 0-1 the count, nobody out. Crew working out of the stretch. Gage Schiess getting active in the bullpen. The 0-1. Lets him swing this time. It's going to be roped to center field. Tragun Shaw is going to come in, makes the play. It's not deep enough, and there's one away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Good pitch there from Crew, Ty. It's an unproductive out there. Can't advance any runners. You don't get the bunt down. And again, we've said it over and over. If you're the Stansbury coach now, you're just pulling your hair out, Tyler. You've got your first 2 guys on, and you're asking him to bunt, and he doesn't execute the first chance he gets, and now he makes an out without moving the runners over, and it just drives you crazy as a coach.
It's going to bring up the catcher, Landon Palmer. He's 0 for 3 in the series, and on deck is Brandon Merritt, who's hitting under 200 on the year. Goes back with the curveball. Check swing doesn't go enough, and that's going to be ball 1.
This catcher's been a pretty productive player for Stansbury, Tyler. It's been kind of a quiet series for him, but he's done a nice job behind the dish. He's got a good live arm, and he's good here at the plate. He'll battle for him.
3 looks at the runner at second. The 1-0 gets an elevated pitch to foul off, moves the count to 1-1. Chess game continues. Third base coach handing out some signs. And the umpire calls time to get some equipment into the dugout on the Wasatch side. Always chuckled at that, Ty. You got some equipment there, but then you got all of Stansbury's players in the playing area over on this side. 1-1 the count with 1 away.
You got a pretty good game going on in front of you. Let's focus on the pitcher and what's going on the field.
The 1-1 goes back with the fastball. Check swing, foul ball, and there's now 1-2 count here to Palmer.
Okay, Ty, so your options here, a high fastball if you locate it right, where the only options are you're going to pop it up or they're going to swing and miss. That's a good pitch here. But also the breaking pitch off the plate is a double play waiting to happen.
1-2 goes with the off speed off the plate. Palmer lays off of it. 2-2 now the count.
That's a great pitch, Ty, because if he offers it that, he's slapping that thing into the ground. That's good execution, but nice job from the hitter not to offer it that one.
Resets at 2-2 with 1 away. Runners on first and second after 2 singles to lead off the inning. Crew takes a second look, now delivers the 2-2. Goes back upstairs, hitter's able to get a piece of it, fouls it off.
It's really good execution, so he just threw the 2 pitches I talked about, Ty. The hitter, though, kind of one-upping Crew, doesn't offer the good breaking ball and spoils the good high fastball.
Palmer takes a deep breath, gets back into the box, hitting from the right-hand side.
I'd probably be back to the fastball, though, if I'm him, Ty, on the inside part of the plate.
2-2 goes back to the off speed. Carter does a good job of smothering it. Hitter doesn't go for it, and we've got ourselves a full count.
You like to avoid being predictable on the mound, and if you just go fast curve, now he just went curveball, you can you can assume that Crew's probably going to come back with a fastball here. Full count, you don't want to load him up with only one out. So he's going to go back to his best pitch.
Hitter calls time and we'll reset. He's gone curveball in this at bat on the outside part of the plate. Does have the backdoor curveball on the inside. See what Crew decides to go with here. Back on the mound. Comes set. The payoff. Goes back with the fastball and another foul ball here from Palmer. Palmer filling in for Alex Gutierrez, the injured Alex Gutierrez.
Well, I was thinking he's doing his best Carter Bucad impression too, Ty.
Yeah, that's
Looks
true.
Similar to Bucad's at bat that got the big fourth inning going for Wasatch in the top of this inning.
Back to the full count. The pitch. Goes back to the off speed. This one's elevated to center field. Tragun Shaw should be able to settle underneath it. Does settle underneath it. Runner's going to try to advance. No, he'll go back to second base. Good play from Tragun, and Crew does a good job of winning the battle. So now 2 away, and Stansbury needs a 2-out hit to get their first run across.
Well, this is a really nice job of Crew so far. He's got to finish the inning. But it's a really nice job to work out of a jam where Stansbury kind of sees momentum back. Crew's calmed things down. Got a couple lazy fly balls to Shaw.
Going to be a pinch hitter here for Stansbury. Merritt struck out looking in his first at bat, so now they're going to go with Bastian, who's hitting .250 on the year, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and 3 extra base hits in his limited opportunities.
Well, he's going to be coming out looking for a fastball, Ty. That's what these pinch hit guys usually do. Be careful if your Crew not to give in. They went with a pinch hitter in the same spot on Saturday, Ty, and that pinch hitter jumped on the very first fastball that he saw. And I think that's what they train him here at Stansbury to do, is come off ready to swing. I'm not so sure I wouldn't start with the breaker on this.
And instead it's going to go to me, Ty. I could have caught that one for a strike. Both runners are going to advance to second and third, and just like that, with the ball that gets by the catcher on the wild pitch, 2 runners now in scoring position for the Stallions.
This is a big moment in the game, Ty. Stansbury's pretty energetic over in their dugout. They're willing. They feel the need to get a response here. Wasatch can kind of snatch their souls away from them here if they can get this out. It's a big spot in the ball game.
Crew's been icing his veins on the mound so far today. Runners on second and third, 2 away. Wasatch trying to keep their 4-run lead. Crew goes back to the windup. The 1-0. It's swung on in the left field. Zach Burdett going back. He can't come up with it. It's a 2-out double for the Stallions. And just like that, we got ourselves a ball game. It's 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they're not going away, Ty. They're going to keep coming back at you. How about that? Gutsy, a kid only hitting .250. Nearly hits that thing out of the park. Into the wind. That's a deep ball that was hit.
Brings out the pitcher, Easton Jones, who flew out to right field in his last at bat. A pretty good swing on it that went to the right center field gap. And he's got to duck on the pond to try to help himself out on the mound. 4-2 the score with 2 away. Back pick. Nearly goes into center field. Gurney does a good job of keeping it in front of him. And we'll reset. Again, Gage Schiess getting loose for Wasatch out in the bullpen. That's pitch number 57 for Crew. 1 look, delivers, goes back to the off speed, and that one misses outside for ball 1.
Let's go, Crew. Find it. Get that rhythm. Here we go.
Crew hasn't had to throw more than, I believe, 4 innings all year, Ty. This is the most that he's thrown. 4-2 the score, 1-0 the count. 3 looks at the runner at second, delivers, goes back inside, misses inside, 2-0 the count. Jones is 1 for 3 in this series. Did have a single in game 1. Single here probably scores a run if you're Stansbury. 4-2 the score. And he misses on that one as well. So a 3-0 count now after the double. Crew having a hard time finding it. 2 off speeds and a fastball. Haven't been able to find it, so 3-2 the count. Or 3-0 the count. And does get the strike there. Jones squared, tried to distract, but it's in there for a strike. 3-1 now the count to Jones. Crew working back out of the stretch. Delivers the 3-1, misses, and that'll be his first walk of the game and puts runners on first and second for the number 9 hitter, Noah Nunley, who singled over the shortstop's head in his last at bat. Carter wants to have a conversation.
So 7, 8, 9, Ty. These are the guys. 2 RBIs with 7, 8 now working a walk here. 9's got a chance to be the thorn in Wasatch's side. Big out here that Wasatch needs to get.
Nunley's number 9 hitter, but hitting .385 coming into the series. He's 1 for 4 in the series today, in this series, but did have a single over Carter Bucad's head in his last at bat. Wasatch still leads 4-2, but Stansbury has scored 2 here in the bottom of the 4th and are still threatening. The pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1. Nice pitch there from Crew.
A good time to take a timeout from Landon Carter to go see if he can calm Crew down as well, Ty. Hopefully reminded him that he's been pitching a gem all game.
Couple looks here from Crew. Delivers. That one misses low for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Crew gets the sign, takes 1 look, now 2. Now delivers the 1-1. Goes back to the off speed, gets him on a swing and a miss on a pitch outside of the zone, and that moves the count to 1-2. Nunley Jr. again singled in his first at bat. The 1-2 goes at his head. Landon Carter somehow comes up with that. He was surprised, Ty. He was looking back at me. He thought that pitch was getting away. He gets his glove on it. 2-2 the count.
Sailed over the head of the hitter, Tyler. He had to reach way back and catch that thing. Kind of an Odell Beckham Jr. football reception, but with the glove.
It's deuces with 2 away. Wasatch trying to get out of the inning. The pitch goes at his head again. That time Nunley tried to take it off the helmet, just misses, and now we've got a full count. Runners will get a head start.
Well, this is probably going to be it for Crew, Ty. I'd imagine either way. If he gets out of this inning or if this guy gets on, I think you're going to see Gage Schiess coming in after this one.
Be top of the order after the pitcher. The payoff, it's swung on, fouled at the dugout, and we'll reset with the 3-2. Went back to the inside. Part of the play with the fastball. Let's see what he decides to go with here. It's 3-2 count, 2 outs. Crew comes set, takes a look, delivers, misses, and that's going to be ball 4. No action from the dugout, and it brings us back to the top of the order. Bracken Matthews popped out of the second baseman and a strikeout, so he's 0 for 2 today, 1 for 5 in the series. This looks to be Crew's inning unless something, well, here comes Coach J.W. out of the dugout. Let's go ahead and take a break. Wasatch with the bases, Stansbury with the bases loaded. Wasatch leading 4-2 with 2 outs.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Back at it here in the bottom of the 4th, brought to you by Gravity Coalition. Stansbury, bases loaded. The pitch. Gutsy pitch there from Crew. He gets the inside part of the play for strike 1. 2 away, 2 runs already in for Stansbury. They still trail 4-2, but the tying run on second. The pitch, another swing and a miss, and that moves the count to 0-2.
That one made him look silly, Tyler. That thing was just waving at it. Wasn't close. One hand on the bat. Definitely was not looking for the breaking pitch there.
Crew working out of the windup, trying to get out of it. The 0-2 hits him in the back, and another run will come in. So walk, hit by pitch, and it's now a run game. 4-3 the score. Wasatch scored 3 in the top of the fourth, and now Stansbury has matched it, but they're not done. Jones comes up to the plate. He doubled to the right center field gap and had a sharply hit ground ball back to the pitcher in his last at-bat. Curveball misses for ball one.
My eyes tell me over the series tie, this is their most dangerous bat. I know he's not their biggest batting average, but I think he's their most dangerous bat they have.
7 extra base hits, make it 8 after the double in the first inning. And that one's going to get by Carter, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game. 4-4 the score. And Coach Jacobson, I think, is going to go ahead and make the move. Gage Schiess coming in with runners on second and third, 2 away. Stansbury scoring 4 runs with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll take a break.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Pitching change brought to you by Tony's Tacos. Best tacos in town, but that's not all they have. Stop in for their chili rellenos, burritos, tortas, and flautas right there at their location on Main Street. Have been proudly been in business since 2001. Gage Schiess will now come onto the mound for the Wasps. Gage on the year, 18 2/3 innings pitched, a 6.75 ERA. Comes in a tight spot, a 2-0 count with runners on second and third. Tie ball game, 4-4.
Well, it took Stansbury 9 innings to get another run, Tyler. But they've exploded here with 4 in this inning. Wasatch held them shut out for 9 straight innings between Walker and Erickson.
Gage working out of the stretch with runners on second and third. Takes a look, delivers the 2-0. Goes with a curveball, misses inside. 3-0 now the count. Inning started with a single, a bloop single, and then a pop-out fly out to center field, and then a huge double. And then ever since that double, Ty, walk, hit by pitch. Couple of wild pitches, and Stansbury's now tied. 3-1 now the count. Oh, no. That one misses, and that's going to be ball 4.
That hitter didn't want to leave his spot, Ty. He wanted to hit, and I can appreciate that. Kind of like a shark sensing blood in the water. One of their better hitters. I think he's disappointed he had to walk.
He's going to load up the bases once again. 4 X-Patch popped out to the first baseman in his first at-bat, but did single to lead off the inning. And that one's in there for a strike. First strike for Gage. 0-1 the count.
3 walks in the inning, 3 hits, right? And a couple pass balls. Spelled the doom for Wasatch.
Curveball misses badly. That's going to move the count to 1-1. Gage working out of the windup again with the bases loaded. Wasatch tied 4-4. Misses again, moves the count to 2-1.
Go, Gage!
I have it at 2-1.
Yeah, it's 2-1. The booth has it wrong, Ty. They've got a 3-0 on the scoreboard.
The umpire just signaled 3-1. This is only the third pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, he's got hit in the head a few times with the baseball today, Ty. You brought it up.
Pitch, this one's going to be roped to left field. Walker going back. Makes the play at the warning track. And Wasatch finally gets out of the inning. But 4 runs come in on 3 hits, no errors. 2 walks and a hit batter in the inning. 3 are left on base. It's 4-4 as we go into the 5th.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how. 5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
5th inning action brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Let Tom Stone and his team find the perfect mortgage that fits your situation. It will be painless and easy. Gurney, Walker, and then back up to the top of the order for the Wasps. Gurney walked in his first at bat. He'll take ball 1. Ooh, now he takes one off the shoulder. That's a hit by pitch, and guess what? It hit the umpire after it hit at Gurney, so he gets another one as well.
This umpire's in the trenches today, Ty. Ty, I'm going to take a minute to say this as we are going to have a move. This is pretty simple. It's going to come down to whose bullpen is deeper. Ty, with this one, you're tied up 4-4. You got 3 innings left in this, and then you're going to have another one where you're going into the bullpen as well. It's quite plain. I think both these teams can swing it. They're very similar at the plate. Which bullpen is going to be better is who's going to win this series.
We are going to have a pitching change. We're going to take a break. 4-4 the score in the 5th.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paint.
Hi, this is Audra with Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know when kids feel close to their parents, they are more likely to listen to them when they set clear boundaries about alcohol and drugs? Doing things with your children they are interested in and taking time to talk with them about their day will help create strong bonds. A great goal is to spend at least 15 minutes a day of one-on-one time with each child. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. To learn more, visit our Facebook page, the Caring Community Coalition of Wasatch County.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Another pitching change here for Stansbury, brought to you by Tony's Tacos. It'll be Cooper Richens on the mound, 28 2/3 innings pitched, a 5.13 ERA. and 30 strikeouts on the year. Max Walker comes up to the plate, struck out looking in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 3 in the series. Gurney with his second trip to the base pass, walked in his first and was a hit by pitch. Walker's going to square, lays down the bunt. It's going to go back to the pitcher. Oh, there's some confusion. The throw, gets him in time. Does advance the runner to second base, but the confusion caused a little bit of excitement, but Stansbury able to get the out. Moves the runner into scoring position for Crew Erickson, who doubled in his first at-bat, hit into a double play in his second.
Let's go, Crew!
Wasatch with 4 hits on the day and 4 runs scored.
Hey, like you can. Let's go.
Runner in scoring position is Gurney. Richens comes set out of the stretch with the runner on second. The pitch goes inside, doesn't get the inside corner, ball 1.
Looping curveball, Tyler, really loopy. Starts it at the hitter, slowly breaks down in front.
And I think Wasatch is going to go with a pinch runner here for Gurney. Bo Jones is going to come in. Assume Gurney will re-enter. A little bit more speed on the base pass here. That will kill Jones, who is the speed-up guy. So let's see who Wasatch goes with there.
It's the right move, Ty. 5th, 6th, 7th inning. You can't assume anything at this point. You got to play for the win right now. So Coach Jacobson making the move.
The 1-0. Misses outside for, calls a strike on that one. 1-1 the count. I disagree with that one. 1-1 the count with 1 away.
Has kind of been expanding over the course of the game a little bit, Ty. Wider and a little bit broader at the top of the zone.
Gets the outside corner again for strike 2. Couple of really good pitches there from Richens. Moves the count to 1-2. It's going to be a battle here now for Crew with the runner in scoring position, trying to retake the lead. The score 4-4 in the top of the 5th. Couple of looks. The 1-2. Curveball outside. Fouls it off. And we'll reset.
Crew just to fight that pitch off, Ty. It didn't look like it was the one he was looking for. Because if he was, he could have hammered that thing. It was a floating curveball over the heart of the plate, but he was looking for something else, and so he spoils it.
Goes back to the 1-2. Back pick. Jones will scamper back to the bag. No harm done, and we'll reset. Deep breath here from Crew, and now he's back in the box. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Too far outside that time. Moves the count to 2-2. If you're just joining us, 1 run in the first, 3 runs in the fourth for Wasatch. Had a 4-0 lead, but then gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the fourth, and now it's tied 4-4. Game 2, Stansbury leading 1-0 in the series. Curveball misses for ball 3, so a full count now here to Crew.
Cole's seeing a handful of those breaking pitches now, Ty, and it's an easy read. It's going to be hard to get that pitch past Crew if they try to go back there again.
Crew, one of the best contact guys on the team, just needs something the opposite way to get Jones over to third. Another bag pick, and Jones once again goes back to the bag. Payoff pitch. That one's going to be swung on. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman can't handle it. It actually went at the umpire.
That's a single, Tyler, in all intents and purposes. The umpire blinded that one on the second baseman. It's a really tough play for that kid to make. That's just an unlucky baseball situation for Stansbury. Pretty fortunate for Wasatch. I'm going to put it down as a hit, Ty. Scorekeepers here are pretty tough. They're putting that down as an error. But you're asking that kid to make that play blind. Would you disagree?
It's the second base spot, and so put your body down and knock it down and throw it to first. Runners on the corners, 1 away for Carter Bucad. Grounded out and walked and scored. He takes ball 1. Tragun Shaw on deck. A couple of signs here from Coach Jacobson. Crew with good speed at first. See if Wasatch gets aggressive with only 1 away. Richens takes a peek. Crew does go. It's an inside pitch. It's a curveball. The ball's going to get away from the shortstop, but not away from the second baseman on the throw down. So strike 1, 1-1 the count, but Crew does swipe second base, brought to you by Gravity Coalition. And now Carter Bucad has 2 runners in scoring position.
It's Coach Jacobson MO, right? He's going to stay aggressive, Ty.
1-1 the count. Working out of the stretch still is Richens. Stansbury's going to bring the infield in on the grass. Curveball. Oh, they call the strike, and that's going to move the count to 1-2.
Yeah, he's given that tie. That ball must be just coming right across the front corner on the outside of the plate and then breaking off. And it does have a lot of break. It's loopy, but they're just catching that on the corner, it looks like.
The 1-2, one away. Wasatch trying to break the tie. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Oh, he did. They're going to call him out on the check swing. Tough break there from Bukad. He gets called out on the strikeout, and Wasatch has 2 away. Pretty good pitch from the pitcher, Ty. He just got that one on the outside part of the plate, so Carter's thinking he's got to protect. He put it in the dirt, and the umpire thinks he went for it. So it's going to be a 2-out hit here for Tragun in order to produce some runs. Stansbury scored all 4 of their runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Tragun today grounded out to the second baseman, but had an RBI and then had a sacrifice bunt in his second at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat, swung on, and it's fouled off behind the dugout. 0-1 the count.
Let's go, Tragun. Hey, you're a hitter, let's go.
0-1 the count, runners on second and third. Outside, misses, outside, 1-1 the count. Early returns, Ty Richards does a pretty good job of placing pitches. He's hitting the catcher's glove pretty often. That time the catcher set about 3 inches outside. Hit the glove, but too far outside. 1-1 the count now to Shaw. The pitch. Goes back to that backdoor curveball, but misses outside again, and that's going to move the count to 2-1.
Ty, it's a pretty consistent zone, I'm going to say, because that pitch, that's ending in the strike zone, but because it is looping so much, the umpire didn't give him the strike that time because it started outside and then ended on the backside of the zone.
2-1, goes back to it. That time he scoots in just a little bit, gets the call that time. So 2-2 the count. It's deuces with 2 away. Runners on second and third. Wasatch needing a 2-out hit. Richens comes set in the stretch. Shaw in the box on the left-hand side. The pitch. Goes back to that same spot. Misses. Full count. Everybody on Stansbury's side thought that was a strike. Let's see if he goes right back out there.
Yeah, the tough part is they've got the worst view on the field, Ty. They're on the first base dugout side. That's coming in the right-hand batter's box.
Payoff. Swung on right at you for another foul ball, and we'll reset. Three-two. Went with the fastball there. We'll see if he goes back to that backdoor curveball. Full count pitch. Pitcher comes set. Delivers the payoff. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Wasatch gets runners on second and third with 1 out and back-to-back Ks, and it's still 4-4. We'll keep it here for the 5th inning stretch. Once again, brought to you by Guild Mortgage, and I'll throw it over to you for the Gordon Law Group game recap.
Wasatch got one in the top of the first inning. Started off the game with a double from Crew Erickson. Manufactured that run in. Bukata got him over, grounding out to first. Shaw got him in, grounding out to second base. And then that's all Wasatch would get for a few innings, Tyler. Wasatch held Stansbury scoreless in the first, second, and third on dynamic pitching from Crew Erickson. In the top of the 4th, the offense exploded. Wasatch got 3 runs, Tyler, on a number of hits there. Chet Wilson putting a hit on the board. Cole Zimmerman getting a sac fly. Landon Carter an RBI hit. And then Gage Schiess an RBI hit as well. Wasatch put 3 on the board and took a 4-0 lead. But Stansbury came right back. Out in the next 3 pitches, Stansbury had 2 singles going to first to second. In the next 2 batters, Tyler flew out to center field. So it looked like Wasatch might be able to work out of the jam. Then Stansbury pinch hit a double that scored 2. And then you had a couple walks. You had another hit. And by the end of that one, Stansbury had put 4 runs on the board and tied it up 4-4. Wasatch just had a chance threatening there with runners on second and third with 1 out, but they don't get anything. And now we bring it to the bottom of the 5th, 4-4. Gage Schiess is in to pitch for Wasatch after Erickson was relieved last inning.
That recap brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. 4-4, bottom of the 5th. Wasatch, it's do or die. They lost Game 1 on Saturday. They need to win Game 2 and Game 3 in order to advance. Stansbury just needs to win 1 of 2. And they're going to have 4-5-6 up in the bottom of the 5th. Ethan Wayman, the first baseman, Dax Nacken, and then the catcher, Landon Palmer.
First baseman, number 8, Ethan.
Here's a stat, Ty. That walk in the last inning when Gage comes in with the 2-0. Is that his walk or is that Crew's walk? Or do they both get a half a walk? Is it just a B
You
instead of a BB?
You stumped me. I don't know. Probably the pitcher that starts the at-bat is my guess.
Misses up. 4-1 here to Wayman. Wayman had a bloop single and ended up scoring in the last inning. Struck out in his first at-bat. He's 2 for 4 in the series with a walk and a strikeout. This one's going to be swung on and fouled. 1-1 the count. Soccer team gets things going in their state tournament run tomorrow. The number 1 seed. They face Box Elder. That game will be at 4 p.m. I believe at Wright Tree Stadium. 13-1 on the year are the soccer players. 2-1 the count now. Softball team getting ready to get their game going over here. That'll be game 2 of the 3-game series as well. They lost game 1, 4-3. Both teams losing in tight fashion on Saturday. 2-1, swing and a miss. Moves the count to 2-2. Boys and girls lacrosse teams are both idle tomorrow as they received first-round byes, so they will wait and see who they get on Thursday. Boys coming in at number 5, girls coming in at number 7. Another swing and a miss, and Gage Schiess has his first physical at the pit stop strikeout. Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%.
I figured it out for you, Ty. The walk does go to Crew. If you start the at-bat, it goes to you. Yep.
So if he gets the strikeout, does he get the strikeout as well?
So, yeah.
And that's going to be a ball. That's going to be Dax Nacken who comes up. He ground out to the third baseman and popped out to shallow center field in his last at bat. He's 0 for 2 today and 0 for 4 in the series. Gage working out of the windup. Goes low. 2-0 the count.
Hey, your rhythm. Let's go, Gage.
Ashton Gurney does re-enter after getting pinch ran for, so he is still at second base. Cole Zimmerman at first. Bucott at short. Chet Wilson at third. Another ball. Moves the count to 3-0. Stansbury's left 5 guys on base throughout this game. They left the bases loaded in the last inning. 3-0, make it 3-1 as he does get the strike. So 3-1 the count here to Nacken. It's been a fun series, a tight 2-0 game on Saturday, and now a 4-4 game here in the bottom of the 5th. The 3-1. That's strike 2, moves the count to 3-1. Fills up the count at 3-2. He checked to see if that was swung tie, and I think that was a strike either way. Let's go ahead and call it a strike.
I don't think you need help on that because he swung 3/4 of the way.
The payoff pitch. Does he get it? No, it looked like it was at the belt. Instead, it's ball 4, and that's going to be walk number 3.
I'll tell you what, coaches need to calm this team down, though, Tyler. Gage had arms up. Gurney had arms up out in the field. Once you start begging, things unravel for you. You got to get mentally locked in if you're Wasatch. Can't be doing that out on the field.
Landon Palmer's going to come up, ground out at the second baseman, flew out to center field. Runner on first represents the leading run for the Stallions. Gage, couple looks, working out of the stretch, bounces this one. Carter does a good job keeping it in front of him. Runner goes back to first, 1-0 the count. Palmer, the catcher, only a sophomore, Ty. Really like the way this kid plays as a sophomore. 1-0 the count, the pitch. That one's in there for a strike, moves the count to 1-1.
Yeah, if you think about developmental curve with this kid, if he keeps developing over the next couple years, he'll be a nice player by the end of his high school career.
1-1, one away. Pitch. And this one's fouled off to the right-hand side. 1-2 now the count. They're going to stay with Bastian on deck, so he pinch hit on the last one and doubled. I think I'd keep him in as well for the 2 RBI double.
Best barrel out of anyone on that team all series long, Ty.
1-2 the count. Pretty good lead at first base. The pitch goes upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 the count. You're listening to Wasatch High School State Tournament baseball action. Wasatch dropped game 1 of the 3-game series. Need to win 2 today to advance to the second round for the 3rd straight year. 2-2 the count, the pitch. That one swung on, elevated to shallow right center field. Walker's going to settle underneath it and make the play. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. And it'll bring up, Bastian, the doubled over the left fielder's head in his last at bat.
31, Brandon Bastian.
Entered the game in right field for the Stallions. Hitting on the right-hand side. Bastian, a senior, gets a cool senior moment with that 2 RBI double. That one misses for ball 1.
Yeah, and sometimes there's some cheap hits in the book, Ty. That was not one of them. That ball was tattooed. In fact, off the bat, I was concerned it was going to be out of the yard, Ty. He really got it good. Wind was blowing in, and I think knocked it down a little bit.
Gets the strike there, so 1-1 now the count. Gage throwing with high velocity here, 1-1 the count. Outfield right now, Tragun Shaw's moved over to left, Crew Erickson in center, and Max Walker in right. Zach Burdett will come out of the game. He was being DH'd for by Gage. The 1-1. Gets the strike again, moves the count to 1-2. Action in the bullpen. Looks like Blake Sweat and Cooper Thacker getting loose out there. 1-2 the count, 2 away. Runner on first. The pitch. Misses outside for 2-2.
Started it, Ty. Had me convinced it was on the right level, but too far out.
Brings it to deuces. 2-2 the count. Bastian back into the box. Gage comes set. Delivers. Gets a swing. It's a shallow center field. Outfield was playing deep. Crew Erickson comes up and makes the grab. And Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 walk. 1 runner is left on base. We've got a good one. It's 4-4 going into the final 2 innings.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 6th inning, tied 4-4 at Stansbury High School. This 6th inning action brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. From the words of Gucci customers, this barbecue is super good. The nachos and the sundae were especially amazing, and we definitely ate more than we should have, and we will definitely be coming back here again. Ty, you were talking about going to Gucci Goo on Saturday. Is that where you ended up?
Got voted down, Ty.
Oh, Ty.
I didn't fight hard enough. Yeah, I'm still just really worried about myself after not letting that happen. Chet Wilson, Cole Zimmerman, and Landon Carter will lead it off. 4-5-6. Wasatch has been good in the 4-5-6 spots so far in the series. Chet comes in 2 for 5. Had a single and scored in his last at bat. He'll take ball 1 and ball 2. Richens will stay on the mound for the Stallions. Did a good job of coming in a jam in the last inning. Got back-to-back strikeouts with a runner on third base and only 1 away. The 2-0. There, that one's in there for a strike. Moves count to 2-1.
Winds died down, Ty. Good time to be able to hit up here if you're Wasatch.
The 2-1. That one's going to be an off-speed one that's low, fouled off towards Todd Lawton. Coach Lawton down the first base side, and then we've got a 2-2 count.
Hey, stay hot, Chet. Stay hot. Here we go.
The 2-2. And does he get the outside corner? No, misses the outside corner, and that'll fill up the count at 3-2.
everything starts getting a little more tense in the state tournament, right? That pitch is not really close. But, man, the home team would have you thinking that one was right there on the black.
Payoff. Misses outside for ball. That's ball 4, right?
Yeah, same with that one, Ty. Those pitches really aren't close. The coach up for Stansbury is barking, Ty, but that's a good 6 to 8 inches off the plate. It's not even close.
Here we have Cole Zimmerman. Well, yesterday in the top of the 6th, Cole Zimmerman laid out a bunt. They got Wilson in scoring position, but then Wasatch not able to get him in. We'll see what Coach Jacobson decides to do here. Chet at first. Wasatch has had some success running on Palmer today. Wilson with a huge lead at first base. He's going to have to get back to the bag there on the pickoff move, able to do so. No harm, and we'll reset. Zimmerman in the series is 2 for 3 with a sacrifice fly RBI in his last at bat. Good swing down the left field side. Richens comes set. Delivers. Runner goes. It's a pitch out, but the throw is nowhere near the bag, and Chet Wilson has another bag stolen. Brought to you by Gravity Coalition, and Wasatch has a runner in scoring position with Cole Zimmerman at the plate.
It's a great jump, Tyler. I mean, Chet may as well have just said, I'm going, the way he was getting his lead out there, and they still couldn't get him, Ty. The pickoff move didn't change his mind one bit, and he took that bag easily. And you could see Palmer was pressing back there, Tyler, stepping up, trying to move quickly. Poor throw down into the grass because he's rushing. Nice job from Chet to keep the pressure on.
1-0 the count. Misses up. 2-0 now the count.
So your conservative baseball, Ty, is you'd bunt here and get a runner to third with less than 2 outs, right? But
I only one run.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Take 3 chances with these guys coming up, right? I mean, Cole, Carter, and Gage, these guys have all gotten it done for you in this series, and just take 3 cracks at it. Looks like that's what Coach Jacobson's going to do.
Yeah, 3-0 the count here now to Cole Zimmerman. And Ty, I'm just not sure 1 run's going to get it done either. The way the Stansbury team swings, you may need 2 or 3. Back pick, no throw. We set with the 3-0 count. It was a walk to lead off the inning, and now a 3-0 count here to Zimmerman. The 3-0. And does he get the called strike? Yes, he does. 3-1, just below the knees. Still nobody out with the runner on second representing the leading run. Wasatch 4, Stansbury 4 here in the top of the 6th.
All right, Cole, let's see what you got here. Bat's been good. Like to see him up here get a chance to swing at this one.
The 3-1. Does swing at this one, and he's going to pop it up to the first baseman. Chet will go back to the bag at second. And there's 1 away. Now we'll bring up Landon Carter. Landon Carter so far today grounded out to the first baseman and singled to center field that brought in Chet Wilson. So now 1 for 4 in the series with a walk and a strikeout. 1 away, still a runner in scoring position is Wilson. First pitch of the AB. That one goes inside and gets Carter. Nope, they're going to say he did. He put his elbow out, and that'll be ball 1.
Oh, Ty, I'm not sure I agree with this umpire here.
I'll say it. I disagree with it.
He certainly, I mean, he was turning, but that's what you do. A ball coming at you, you turn in there. That one's, I'm not sure I agree with that call.
Yeah, somebody's saying to read the rule book. The rule book is he has to make an effort to get out of the way, not to stick out the elbow. He didn't stick out the elbow. He simply turned the shoulder, which is considered a move to get out of the way. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, Ty, I'd rather have Landon swinging,
yeah, I agree.
So this could work out better for Wasatch.
The 1-0, that one's in there for a strike. 1-1 now the count. Carter again with a roped single up the middle that brought in an RBI in this exact same situation with Chet on second. Let's see if we can do it again. 1-1 the count. The pitch. And it's elevated. This one's creeping, and gets barely out of the yard. Foul. 1-2 now the count. Gage Schiess on deck. Gage tripled in his last at bat over the center fielder's head. Also brought in a run during that big 4th inning for the Wasps. It's a 1-2 count with 1 away. Pitch. Misses low. 4-2. 2-2 now the count.
Here, Landon.
I continue to be impressed. I mean, Richens, he places it tight. He doesn't have overwhelming fastball. The curveball, as you mentioned, is kind of loopy, but he hits the spot where the catcher's wanting it. The 2-2 with one away. Goes back inside, elevated, and another pop out to the first baseman, and there's two away here in the top of the sixth. That'll bring up Gage Schiess, and Wasatch is going to need a two-out hit. So after the leadoff walk and a stolen base, Wasatch goes 0 for 2 with two pop-ups to the first baseman.
Gage Schiess.
So Gage Schiess once again tripled over the center fielder's head. He lined out at the second baseman. He's 1 for 4 in the series with the triple and an RBI. Goes back to that off-speed curveball, and that's in there for strike one.
Well, Ty, you go back to the last inning. Wasatch has had 3 chances with a runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs, and haven't been able to get the job done here. See if we can get a big 2-out knock.
Chet's got a huge lead at second base. Back pick, doesn't throw it, but gets Chet with 1 step back. Gage back into the box on the right-hand side. Down 0-1 the count. Richens, 1 look at Chet. And he's going to step off, and Wasatch is going to run themselves out of an inning. So after getting the leadoff guy on and a runner on second, Wasatch runs themselves out of an inning, and it's still 4-4 as we go into the bottom of the 6th.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the 6th brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries. Have been proudly serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. It's 6-6 as we go into 4-4 as we go into the bottom of the 6th. And Ty, once again, the same story. Wasatch has had their chances the last 2 innings with less than 2 outs and guys in scoring position, haven't been able to come up with a hit.
Yeah, 4 straight batters, Tyler, for Wasatch with runners on second or third, and haven't been able to get the ball out of the infield.
Gage Schiess still on the mound.
A couple strikeouts and a couple flyouts to first base just is not going to get it done.
So switch over to the bottom of the 6th now. It's going to be 8-9-1 up. Swing and a miss here from Jones. He took ball 1, now strike 1. 1-1 the count to the now DH. Entered the start of the game on the mound and now is DHing for Richens. And then we've got Nunley on deck with Matthews. Strike 2 there. 1-2 now the count. Gage working out of the windup. The 1-2 pitch now here to Jones. Misses high and in for ball 2. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 goes with the curveball and a backwards K there for Gage Schiess, his second of the day. And Wasatch has one away here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, I completely froze him, Ty. It's a big looping curveball. And I think that pitcher was a little frightened originally with that ball coming at him, and then it froze him. And nothing but words for the umpire on the way back to the dugout. I'm surprised the umpire let him say as much as he did.
It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Nunley. He'll take ball 1. Nunley singled over the line, shortstop's head in his first at-bat, walked in his second at-bat. playing left field today for the Stallions. 1-0. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-1.
Good rhythm for Gage right now. He needs to stay in this, stay with this good pace.
Wind starts to pick up again, now blowing out to right field. 1-1. That one misses low for ball 2. 2-1 now the count. The 2-1. That one swung on. It goes to Chet. Chet fields it cleanly, takes his time, throws it across the diamond. 2 away for the Wasps. Brings us back to the top of the order for Bracken Matthews. He was hit by pitch in his last at bat, but that hit by pitch brought in a run. He's now 1 for 5 in the series, 0 for 2 today. Popped out at the second baseman and struck out. Goes upstairs for ball 1. Wasatch down to 3 outs, tie ball game. See if they can get out of the bottom of the 6. Already 2 away, nobody on. Gets him to swing at this one. This one's going to be shallow down the right field line. Tough play. Gurney can't come up with it. It's down. It's a single. Matthews will stay at first base. And, man, you hate those ones, but that's about as well placed as you can get. And Stansbury has a guy on base.
Yeah, it's a single in the book, Ty, but it's a terrible single to the eyeballs. Just terrible contact, floating, looping to right field. But what it does is it gets your leadoff man with speed on with your power gap-to-gap hitter.
Yeah.
So it could only take one swing here, and you could get the go-ahead run in if you're Stansbury.
Stansbury scored all 4 of their runs with 2 outs already. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's going to go to the exact same spot, Ty. This one's going to float a little bit further over, and Gurney will make the grab. So Wasatch does get out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. 7th inning action with the tie ball game. It's 4-4.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice. This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
It's 4-4 as we go into the 7th inning, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station. Wasatch is going to bring Gage Schiess, Ashton Gurney, and Max Walker to the plate. Tied 4-4. 2-0 count here to Gage, who again tripled over the center fielder's head in his last at bat. Richens works out of the stretch, non-stop, comes back with a strike there for a 2-1 count. Two on the count. Goes back to the curveball. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-2. Leadoff guy here in the top of the 7th. It's 2-2. Wasatch tied 4-4. That one's going to be roped to center field, but too far. Almost got over the center fielder's head. He came in strong and had to leap up and make the grab. 1 away.
Ty, that might score a run if he lets that ball get by him. He's running in so far, that ball's going to get to the fence, and Gage is at least standing on third base.
That'll bring up Ashton Gurney, who's walked and was hit by pitch and stranded on third base back in the 5th. Gurney on the series, 0 for 2 with 3 walks. So he's found his way on base 3 times. He'll take strike 1 there, and that'll move the count to 0-1. Misses outside for a 1-1 count. 43 pitches here for Richens. The 1-1. Goes back outside and misses again. 2-1 now the count. Stansbury playing shallow in the outfield with 8-9 coming up for the Wasps. The 2-1. Goes back with the off speed. That one misses low as well. Moves the count to 3-1.
And if there is a game 3, these umpires are not going to have good feelings probably to the Stansbury side of the field, Ty. They've been hard on these umpires.
3-1, and that one misses high. Ball 4. Pretty good spots on all of those.
Every pitch, they're just dying on every single one, though, with these umpires.
Well, Gurney finds his way on for a third straight time. And that's going to bring up Walker. Struck out looking in his first at-bat and had a sacrifice bunt in his second. He's now 0 for 3 in the series.
Here presents an interesting scenario, though, Tyler. Gurney does not have good speed. You've already pinch ran for him. So if you pinch run here, he's done. And Alex Gutierrez is out with a broken wrist. And so you really don't want to pinch run here if you can avoid it. But probably if you get him to second base, Ty, that's something that you're starting to think about. But then where do you go at second base if you pinch run there?
0-1 as the curveball's in there for a strike here to Walker. The next pitch, swung on, fouled off, moves the count to 0-2. I imagine he's going to see another off speed here on the outside part of the plate. 0-2 the count. 1 away. Wasatch 4, Stansbury 4. Gurney takes his lead off first base, goes back to that spot on the outside. Good job from Palmer, smothers it. Walker lays off of it. It's a 1-2 count. Walker creeps up onto the plate. Gurney takes a small lead over at first, now extends it with Richens coming set. The 1-2, that one swung on, that one's roped to the left center field gap. It's going back, it's off the wall. Gurney's going to try to score from third. He's got to get on his horse. The throw coming in, it's to the shortstop. He's not even going to attempt, and he's in. Walker, the throw gets away from the second baseman, and Walker with the one-out double RBI will be standing on third base after the air back to second.
Holy moly, that ball was absolutely crushed, Tyler. Number 9 hitter for Wasatch, a 1-2 count, and I am sure he just took the heart of Stansbury and crushed it, Tyler. Hasn't been close really all series when he's been at the plate, but he's telling you he's announcing himself onto the scene right now. The go-ahead hit with 2 strikes on you. Woo! That ball nearly got out of the yard.
Time. Coach Davidson wants to talk to Crew. So it's a 1-run lead for the Wasps, 5-4, as they're looking to extend the series to 3 games. If they win, game 3 of the series would be following this one. We throw it back to some music for a little bit and then come back on the air. Wasatch now just needs 3 outs in order to get this one, but let's get greedy. Got a runner on third base with only 1 away.
You want a little more, too, Ty, because you got 3, 4, 5 coming up for Stansbury. So you've got the best hitters in the lineup coming up. You want a little insurance run for sure if you're Wasatch here. So Crew's got a job to do.
Last time Stansbury had 3, 4, 5 up, that's when they produced 4 runs to tie the ball game up. What a swing there from Walker, Ty. Again, on a different day, that one has a chance. This is a big ballpark similar to ours or Maple Mountains. He one-hopped the fence in the left center field gap. Gurney, and I was a little surprised, Ty. The shortstop didn't take a chance. I thought the shortstop had a chance to throw it home. Instead, he tried to backdoor Walker at second. The ball got away from the second baseman, and that's how we have Walker at third. 1 away. Senior Crew Erickson comes up to the plate. He's 2 for 3 today. Swings at the first one, goes foul down the right side.
I'm gonna kind of coach speak for a second, Ty. If I'm the coach, I'm yelling down at Crew, let's not get cheated here, right? You got an 0-0 count. Don't wave at it. You take a good hack on pitches that are coming through here.
The 0-1. This one's going to be elevated to right field. That should do it. Right fielder's going back, makes the play. Walker will tag up, and Wasatch has a 2-run lead on the sacrifice fly from Crew Erickson.
That's good. That's just enough, Ty. That's doing what you need to do to win ball games. 2-run lead. Crew Erickson not getting too selfish with it there. Putting a good, calm, but powerful swing on that to drive it deep enough to get a run.
going to bring up Carter Bucad. Nobody on with 2 outs, but Wasatch with a 6-4 lead. This one's going to be swung on and missed foul. 1 strike here to Bucad. Boo Boo 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Did walk and score back in the 4th. Wasatch leading 6-4. The pitch. That one's going to be missed again. That's going to be fouled out of play. An 0-2 count.
Hey, Boo, let's go, Carter! Go, Boo Boo!
Tragun Shaw on deck. Wasatch with 2 outs, but 2 runs in here in the top of the 7th to take the 6-4 lead. The 0-2 misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-2 now the count. That's the pitch that got him in his last at bat. He's able to lay off it there.
Well, you're not going to get him twice.
Catcher sets up outside, goes back to the outside. Oh, they're going to ring him up on a pitch that they didn't call on Gurney. That's strike 3, but Wasatch produces 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 walk. Nobody's left on base. It's 6-4. Wasatch down to the last 3 outs.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the 7th brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Wasatch leads 6-4, trying to close this one out here in the bottom of the 7th and force Game 3 of the 3-game series. Gage Schiess still on the mound. He'll face 3-4-5. Patch at the plate. He's got a single, 2 flyouts, and he'll take ball 1. 1-0 the count. Ball 2.
First one's always the biggest one, Ty. Getting this first out of the inning and going up against a person who's got above 500 batting average is a real tall order.
That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-1. Gets the outside corner there. Patch hitting on the left-hand side. He's 2 for 6 in the series. He did score back in the 4th. That one's going to be swung on. That's a ground ball base knock up the middle. So just like the 4th, Wasatch was able to put 2, and then Patch came through with a single. And Stansbury brings the tying run to the plate. It's Ethan Wayman, who singled as well in that inning, but does have 2 Ks in the game today.
So the defensive style changes a little bit with the 2-run lead, Tyler. You're playing for outs at this point. That run at first is not going to make a difference in the end result. And so you're playing for outs. You want to be sure you're getting 1 out rather than getting greedy and getting the lead runner.
Curveball misses up for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Wayman in the series has 2 hits and 5 at-bats. He's also walked and has 2 strikeouts. Was the winning pitcher on Saturday in Game 1. The 1-0 gets the inside corner for strike 1. 1-1 now the count.
The Stansbury coaches are beside themselves, Tyler. And how Landon Carter received that, I can see why.
Yeah,
he crossed over, put the knee down, reaching backhand.
You got your guy who's just hitting spots left and right. And the 1-1. It's going to be elevated to center field. Crew, a couple of steps back, settles underneath it, makes the play. Wasatch has 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to bring up Dax Nacken. Ground out, pop out, walk in the game today, playing second base. Hitless in the series, has reached base twice with 2 walks. Catcher Landon Palmer on deck. Gurney playing deep in the hole at second base. That should be strike one. Instead, it's going to be ball one. 1-0 the count, just outside. A little bit of action out in the bullpen for the Wasps. I think is Sweat. 1-0 the count with one away. The pitch. That one misses as well. 2-0 now the count.
Here we go, Gage!
The 2-0. Gage delivers. Misses again for ball three. 3-0 the count now here to Nacken.
Let's go, Gage! Let's go, Gage! Here we go! Let's go, Gage! Here we go!
The 3-0. That one's in there for a strike. Oh, never mind. Misses 3-1.
I don't know what that
or
umpire's
misses
looking
for
at.
walk.
And I'm going to try not to get too emotional, but that's just bad. It's down the heart, Tyler. It's not up.
So now that brings the leading run to the plate, the winning run to the plate. Landon Palmer, runners on first and second, one away. And then the hero of the fourth on deck. Palmer today 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. That one's in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Good job from Gage to come back after a disappointing no call. He's done a good job of calming himself down, Tyler. If you remember a couple of innings ago, he had his arms thrown up when he didn't get a call and was clearly frustrated, just visible out there on the mound. He's really calmed down and done a good job in this one.
The 0-1. Gets him to swing at it. It's roped down the line, foul for strike number 2. 0-2 now the count. Good job of coming back after a 4-pitch walk. Gage comes back and now has an 0-2 count.
Here we go, Gage! Here we go!
I'd be tempted to come back with a fastball right here, Ty. I know that breaking pitch is his strikeout pitch, so that's probably where you want to go. But I feel like the pressure is on the hitters in this situation.
The 0-2. Goes upstairs, nearly gets him to go for it, doesn't, and now it's going to be a 1-2 count. Still one away, and now we have a pause from the umpire. And we're going to get people into the dugout on the Stansbury side this time. So 1-2 the count. Runners on first and second for Stansbury. The tying run at first, winning run at the plate. Wasatch leading 6-4, 2 outs away from forcing game 3. The 1-2 count. Gage, 2 looks. Make it 3. Now delivers. Goes with the curveball, and it misses outside for ball 2. By my voice, that looked pretty close. It started in the zone and then moved just outside. 2-2 now the count.
Pretty good pitch, Ty. I think it's just off the zone, but pretty good spot.
The 2-2, swung on. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. Gurney to Bucad. Bucad to first. Not in time, so the runner advances to third. Wasatch has 2 away with runners on the corners.
Really good job from Ashton, Tyler. That's an uncomfortable ball coming at you because it's going slow and it's staying on the ground, and those usually have a tendency to take a nasty hop about the time they get to you. He secured it and then was really under control to get that leadoff runner. Didn't get too quick or too greedy to get a double play. And that's what I was talking about you're taking outs, you're trading out. So now you've got a run on third base potentially, Ty, but you need a gap ball. A home run obviously would end it. It would walk it off, Ty, but that's an unusual and unlikely circumstance here. So you need 2 hits with 2 outs for Stansbury to really get the job done.
It's going to bring up Bastian. Bastian had a 2-out RBI double back in the 4th. He'll take ball 1. 1-0 the count. We'll see if Stansbury gets aggressive at all to try to get that tying run over to second base. 1-0 the count. Gage working out of the stretch. It's a pretty good lead by the runner at first. The pitch. Misses up, I guess, again. Moves the count to 2-0.
The zone's tightening up. The umpire's tightening it up here in the bottom of the 7th.
It's a 2-0 count now. Again, winning run at the plate. Wasatch holding on to a 2-run lead. The 2-0. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-1.
There's a slight bluff that the runner was going to go there on 2-0 tie, and you can see Landon Carter coming up out of the zone.
Job by the umpire, gets the called strike, so it's a 2-1 count. 2 away. Pickoff move, not in time over to first base. Runner will go back at third as well. No harm done. 2-1 still the count. Stansbury down to their final out. Wasatch trying to force game 3 here in this best-of-3 first-round state tournament series. Gage comes set, delivers the 2-1. That one misses high and outside. It's a 3-1 count now, with Bastion in the box on the right-hand side. 3-1, 2 away. Number 8 hitter Easton Jones on deck. The 3-1. Gets the outside corner. We got ourselves a full count. Runner will leave early, so a gap shot can score the runner now from first.
I'd probably just focus on the hitter here, Ty, but it's a great time to get a first and third move and get a runner out at first base as well.
The payoff pitch. Misses outside for ball 4, and Wasatch loads the bases, and it's going to be the winning run at first, and the tying run is at second base for Easton Jones, who started the game on the mound.
Oh, Ty, that's what you live for as an umpire, isn't it? You want to ring those guys up. I do think that's just off the edge of the plate, Ty. I think it's not that he got that one wrong, but, man, you want him to call it, don't you? It was just close enough, full count. Pretty good spot from Gage. You'd love to see that there.
It's going to be Easton Jones at the plate. He was the starter on the mound today for the Stallions. He's 1 for 4 in the series, 0 for 2 today. Had a backwards K in his last at bat.
Pinch runner out here at first base, Ty. That is your winning run. Standing at first base. Looks like they're going to bring in...
It's number 5, is that
Still?
right?
I think I've got 6. Oh, is that 5?
Bryant. Colton Bryant. Well, here we go. Wasatch trying to get the last out to force game 3. Leading 6-4 after scoring 2 in the top of the 7th. Gage goes back to working out of the windup. The pitch. Goes with the curveball. Misses high for ball 1. Gage working back out of the windup. The 1-0, the pitch. Swung on. That one's fouled back. We have a 1-1 count. Race to the ball, and John Naranjo comes away with it.
Was there any doubt? There was never any doubt that Johnny Boy was going to get that one.
1-1 the count.
He sold out for it, Ty. That's a head first slide in there for that one.
He rosed it. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Does he get the strike call? He does get the strike call. 1-2 the count. There's like a slight 3-second pause.
Shake your head a little bit, doesn't it?
1-2 the count. Stansbury down to their final out. Wasatch trying to force game 3. Gage in the windup. The pitch.
Pull the trigger, Blue.
It's about the same spot, but the official doesn't agree. Outside for ball 2.
Oh, Ty, I want it. I want that call.
2-2 the count. Deuces with 2 away. We'll reset and do it again. It's a 2-2 count. Gage in the windup. The pitch. He gets the swing and the miss. And Wasatch gets the strikeout and forces game 3. We'll take a quick break. Wasatch wins 6-4. Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show right after this.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for